Yeah, I think as set as I can be.
All right, sick. All right, guys, watching on Twitch and YouTube, this one is going to be round 2, the second Etheria Weekly. Last time we had all creators. This time we do have some creators participating with Shinya, JJWF, CJ, and also Seizo from some of the different guilds. Now, this one is going to be a guild competition, so we have 4 guilds that will be participating in this one, each with 3 players. We will have 2 of the guilds facing off against 2 of the others, and it's going to be a best of 3, first to 2 victories, and then each battle will be a best of 3 as well. So basically 2 guilds versus 2 guilds fight off, 2 other guilds fight off, the 2 winners fight off for the winner prize. That's pretty much the gist of the way it works. There will be no pre-bans. We're going to be playing pre-diamond rules for RTA. So no pre-bans, no protected third pick, but we do get the ban at the end. And that is going to be the general rules of this one to see how we go. Now, the guilds that we have competing are Oasis, Ego, Big, and Pridewind. So some fun to be had in these, hopefully. And now these guys are definitely some higher end players of RTA, so I'm hoping we start seeing some of the the higher end strats. Maybe we see a bunch more bulwark, the bloodbath sets that we've been seeing. Yeah, and that's what we are looking at for this one. Genocide, any thoughts on this one?
Well, I definitely think since these are some of the top guilds, we're going to see a lot of speed ego racing against each other. But if someone's feeling not that confident, they might have to go really slow, really bulky with bulwark set just to survive. Because we saw in the last tournament, it was kind of whoever went first usually just won. But as this game goes on for longer and longer and people get more bulky gear, they should be able to survive the initial cleave and then actually be able to fight back. So I'm hoping we'll see that in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, that's the ideal, because like I just like seeing the evolution of strategy, because when you jump in early game, it's all just speed, whoever's fastest wins, and then that one guy has immunity. It's like, my Marvel no longer works, my Mio no longer works.
That tournament, Seizo had immunity. It's like, wait, what do I do against this guy now?
Yeah.
And you look at some of the other sets too, like Bloodbath. That set is insanely strong if you actually have it set up on a bulky unit, because it's pretty hard to instantly kill someone when they're taking that much less damage.
Yeah, the bulwark, combine that with what I've been seeing in some of the higher end matches. You've got things like Viper, which has reduced critical damage taken by allies. Then you got Tiamat, which shares the damage, so then you get another 25% reduction. On top of that, you got the 55% reduction that happens past that. And if you're on Bloodbath Bulwark, you're basically not getting cleaved. So there's all these different the way the game evolves. Goes really quick. So I really love seeing the way high-end PvP in these games works, and it's all about farming the right thing to get the right gear for the right thing that you're trying to aim for.
I am wondering though, are we going to see some revelation being used? Because I think people have been doing some little sneaky strats with that recently, right?
Dude, whenever I go to RTA, I just put my Kaz on the revelation set. And I'm just like, hey, it is what it is. And then just hope they don't see it in the bans, and then they let it through, and then at least I've got a DPS.
Yeah, Revelation is going a little crazy. We might see a little bit of that in this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely love it. So now we also have Tomias on the call. So massive shout out to Etheria for sponsoring this one. Myself and Genazad will be doing the casting, obviously, all the players, but also I want to give a massive shout out to Tomias, who basically organized it all for us as well. So you can see on screen, they're starting to set up the pairings. Now, what have we got for round 1? We got JJWF coming in as the first representative of, if we go to the brackets here, so JJWF is going to be from Team Ego. And then, who is the other member here?
I believe this is Dragon from Oasis.
Dragon, yeah.
Dragon from Oasis.
Oasis is currently the rank 3 guild, like, in total. So they're really, really strong. So JJWF is going into a pretty difficult fight here. Now, Ego Guild, it might be like kind of a content creator guild, but they are decently strong. However, against the top, I don't know.
Yeah, dude, let's I am so super keen to see how this goes. And it's like one of those things, do you put your strongest player first or your strongest player second? You definitely don't want your strongest last. So we've got the instant Lily pick, which is pretty general standard pick that you look to.
No, but what's really interesting here is we see the Tsukiyomi picked, but look at the shell that she has. She's a damage dealer, and also Masia immediately on Revelation. That's the
Yeah.
revelation that we were just talking about on the DPS right there. So JJ really has to worry about, okay, so this guy's going to go really fast and he has revelation, so I probably can't survive that easily.
Yeah,
I need to go to take first turn or something.
And the White Fang is probably because it can get Swift Rush and Swift Raid, and it's the easiest one to farm for to get your fastest booster as fast as possible. And we have another Revelation user on the Freya. Okay. And it's good to see the Holden and Viper. So you can see JJWF going for that more bulky approach. We've got the Viper, whose passive reduces crit damage taken, also has the Revenges in there, has the big strips as well. And then Holden obviously just being absolutely chunky. Now, the one issue for Holden is the ignored defense of the Messiah. So I'm envisioning a Messiah ban, but we also get the Yelly pick and then a Sanya for some sustain. Okay.
Just recently pulled, but that Kazuyo is a huge problem. I've been hearing about Kazuyo terrorizing a lot of arena, just spamming so many sleeps you don't even get a single turn.
Yes.
And we immediately see that Lily band. There was no way that was getting through.
The Lily band, oh, okay, and then getting rid of the Hoyan, fearing that, I mean, I think speed's going to be an issue here, so if Dragon does get the fastest with that Tsukiyomi, the ignore defense might be too much for that Holden to stand up to, so let's see what happens here. And the Tsukiyomi is
look at the speed difference.
Super
fast.
fast.
Before JJ.
I mean, this is going to be the full cleave. Now, are we going to see some bloodbath here from JJ? That is what I am anticipating to see. But this is going to tell it all right here. Oh, okay, the big nuke. We do have the revives available. But I didn't see. Are we on immunity?
He's going to be able to. Oh,
it is just straight done. Oh, the Freya was on the Revelation as well. Okay, so that was a quick one with Dragon. So that is round one. Now, these guys are doing a best of three, so we are going to go into round two. Loser does get to pick first, but I think JJ was leaning heavily on his speed behind that Lily, so I wonder if he has any other speedy options left. Now, we did also get to have a good insight that Freya was also super fast, but definitely seeing the immense amount of speed out of that Tsukiyomi, and I think the ban maybe next time is to get rid of the Messiah in that same type of draft, because that AoE cleave is too much, at least with the Hoyan, you could have just lost one and kept fighting on.
Yeah, definitely. I think Messiah, like, we all know he's just the biggest nuker out there. And with Revelation, it makes it even harder to actually tank him. Now, I know he only does 2 hits on his ult, but it's still a huge amount of percentage damage extra that you're taking from the premier DPS in the game, essentially.
Oh, 100%.
So he probably wants to take that Lily still, because you can't let your opponent get that Lily, and he needs something like that. But what is he going to let through? Is he just going to fall to the exact same thing that Dragon just picked?
Yeah, I think you've got to go the Messiah ban. Because you've had a good look. I feel like you just ban the Messiah, you let that Hoyan kill something. Maybe bring a reviver yourself. He did have the revive capabilities in the last match with the Sanya. Like, maybe you lean on that, and then bring a team that you think in these remaining 4 picks, you pick Sanya and you pick 3 characters that you think can beat the rest of the team that he brought last time, because you rely that Hoyan is going to snipe the Sanya so that they can't revive, and see if you can win with the rest of the team. But the Hoyan does have the block revive as well, so maybe they just nuke your DPS and away you go. So you got to kind of bring 2 damage options as well, depending on what you think they will go ahead and nuke.
Now, I'm not really sure if what he's going for is the best here. I almost feel like his best strategy was to take the units away from Dragon that he lost to. So if he took the Freya away, and maybe the Kazuyo or something, but he might not have them built. But if he was able to steal them, then Dragon has to draft something completely different. Now, we do see JJ this time going for Valerian. And Valerian is actually so insanely useful for that death protection.
Yes. The problem is that if he brings the Valerian and lets the Hoyan through, the Hoyan does have the White Fang, which will give the follow-up attack, which does it casts after the Valerian stops the death. So still a threat happening in there. So we know who's going to go first here.
Yeah, definitely.
And the problem is does Tsukiyomi just boost Kaz and then just sleep? It's only the Sanya does have the immunity, so she can cleanse. So that is going to be the awkward thing. So let's see who gets boosted.
They did push the Hoyan.
Yep.
Confident in this damage. Who are they going for?
Straight for the reviver, but that damage is nowhere near enough. Okay, so this is the play. Now, how much Revelation damage are we going to take on this one is the question.
Uh-oh. Oh my god, just
not
barely
enough.
surviving.
And the Viper creeping forward, everyone creeping forward with all those
Sonya gets the
gigabytes.
turn.
Okay,
That was
this is a
huge. That
great.
gigabyte proccing was so big. She's actually still alive.
Yup.
He gets a turn. JJ got a turn.
Dude, that was... You're surely using skill 3 on Sanya herself here. You want to keep her alive, keep your team getting sustained. Then we go into Kaz being the next one. That is the awkward thing about this one. If that Viper could have squeezed ahead of the Kaz, it would have been huge. But now we're going to see pretty much a full team sleep. And we are on Codex as well, so that's going to rinse around twice, which is going to be pure pain there.
Yeah, not only does it sleep for so long, but you also take way more damage if you actually get hit while asleep, so that Hoyan might be able to nuke somebody.
Yep. But, I mean, I didn't see if that Hoyan missed a crit or what exactly happened there, but that damage was not incredibly high.
Very underwhelming.
Yeah, maybe it was a bloodbath set that was on that Sanya. So the re-sleep happens.
Number 2 come around.
And the other thing to mention about that sleep is the pushback provided. When that thing's max skilled, you're looking like on average like a 30% pushback as well.
Now, Sonya does get a turn. I don't know how much exactly she's going to heal from just her skill 1 and passive, but
yeah, I mean,
that cheeky little counter, but doesn't do much.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's healing the 2 that are already awake, so it's going to heal herself and the Viper, so we won't get any cleansing, which is going to be the one little issue that happens there, because the others are just going to have another turn of sleep. Now, it's going to be big for the Valerian to finally wake up and level out the HP and just get that protection back up as well before we're threatened by this Hoyan again.
Sonya takes no damage at all from that Hoyan. It's actually one of JJ's biggest strengths right here, is just how unbelievably bulky his healer and reviver is. And Viper actually getting a turn. This match is going way different than people would have expected after seeing that first blowout. Yeah,
100%. Now, unfortunately, we do have the silence there on the Valerian as well, and she's down the bottom of the turn gauge. So she's going to struggle, but honestly, getting that slow and especially the attack break as well is going to be a really big one. Unfortunately, they didn't get the immunity from the Freya, so that managed to go through, and that's going to be great for survival and just sort of stalling out to get your team back up to it.
So Hoyan does actually... Oh, that did so much damage.
Yeah, that
also landed the debuff on them. Now, Hoyan does have her skill 3 back up, and this is really bad for someone like Sonya, because she is not healthy enough to be able to take something like that.
Yeah, and unfortunately, once again, that silence that landed on the Valerian is huge, but we do get to reset her down. Now, what's this revenge going to do? Not enough. Okay, so that was great. Now, I didn't happen to see if we got the cooldown increase, so let me check teams. Okay, the cooldown increase did occur there, so we no more skill 3 from the Hoyan.
Yeah, this is actually really big. Even though the Freya did so much damage there, JJ's still kind of hanging on. His Viper, it got pretty close to dying earlier, but he's been doing a lot of work right now. That slow is really huge for getting JJ back into this fight.
And honestly, super clutch on the sleep on the Freya. That's not a very high chance to land, so that is clutch. We silenced the Kaz as well.
Yeah, and she has skill 3, which is really big this turn to stop.
Yeah, so that is, honestly, this is an incredible lockout. We reduce and reset the Hoyan. And keeping in mind, if Viper gets up to the revenge, the stacked revenge, like you can revenge, still wipe those buffs as well.
And that was a huge heal too.
Because Viper's skill 3 is still 2 turns away. Okay. Oh, we got the Holden Dispel. I completely forgot about it. And doesn't get it? Dude, that was some massive damage. Whoa. That was huge. Okay, I love that.
Yeah, that was amazing, actually, that he was able to bring it back. It really just came down to the ban. He's like, I can pick a similar kind of team. I'll throw in the Valerian. I need some extra tankiness, but no way I'm fighting Messiah.
Yeah.
And he took him out, and he pulled it back. Even though that first match looked like this guy has no chance. He did exactly what we were talking about, a slower, more measured match, and he just brought it back completely. That like early
survival of the Sanya with her just pure tankiness was what really got us there. Like taking such little damage from that Hoyan ult and then barely surviving from the Freya, the revelation was huge.
She had like invisible HP, I swear, and then she healed a little bit. I was surprised. Maybe she's on something like a bloodbath set, because It's getting so close, but she's tanking all of this.
Can I just say though, that Holden hit like an absolute bloody truck.
Oh,
Dude was
yeah,
an
no,
absolute
Holden went
monster once he got to act. But like
And
that
it
was just
so bulky.
yeah, that really showed the power of the Kaz in RTA. Like the sleeps are massive, especially when you have that thing on Codex, and it's like you get to do it twice. And it's not just the sleep; it's the pushback, the attack. It's like it's just got so much in that kit.
Yeah, she actually has so much value, and I believe she has a 2-turn sleep on her skill 1, correct? When she lands that one?
Once max skilled, correct, yes. Yep.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they have it max skilled. I didn't notice it in that match, but wait, we can see right here, they actually valued the Holden over anything else from Dragon's side because he knew that that was the biggest threat right there.
Yeah, because once that thing woke up,
team.
that damage was insane. Okay, this is a completely different draft now.
Yeah.
So JJ
Look at the
getting
Roosevelt.
Lily and Messiah is honestly pretty big.
But does he have another speed character that he can pair with that to potentially take the first turn and combo? Because if we look at Dragon's side, double Revelation again. I feel like Dragon wants to take that initial turn. If Masaya gets the turn, it's just instantly over, right? There's no way that he can let it through.
Yeah. But the problem is we know the Dragon has that Tsukiyomi who's super fast. So if you let that Tsukiyomi through to boost even that Rosie, you're probably going to be in some trouble. Now, this is a heavy damage lineup. Okay, to me, I'm like...
Completely different.
I can't remember all the speeds of like the Kaz and stuff. But
Well, they were just all way faster
Yeah.
than JJ's team there. Without the Lily, there's just no way that he goes first. But is someone like Messiah going to be able to even get a turn? Is he going to be useful at all? He might be a dead pick just trying to take it away from Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, do you ban the Kaz to stop the sleeps? Or do you ban the Hoyan to stop the White Fang killing Messiah first up? I just don't know the play here. I just feel like we're on the back foot for JJ.
Get rid of Freya. But the thing is,
yeah.
I think Holden is going to have so much value here because how do you really kill this guy?
Yeah, I mean, well, Ignore Defense is really good against Holden as well. Let's see how this speeds come out. The Rosa,
It's 3
then
members.
the Kaz, then the Holden. I'd say this is just a sweep.
Yeah, this seems really... She's so fast. And on
Yeah.
Revelation, oh my god, look at that damage.
Okay, so
He already died. Valerian's used her passive already.
yeah, we do have the revive, just as one other thing, because we have the immunity on the Sanya. And so,
Viper taking the turn but being asleep is so bad right there. And
Okay.
Sanya does get the turn right here.
I think he must have missed the immunity because he tried to reset the Sanya.
Oh, is that what he just tried to do right there?
Yeah, you
that
skill
was
2 on the
definitely-
Sanya. I think that was just not seeing the immunity there.
I think Messiah is about to be extinct right
He's
here,
about to get
but
clapped again, unfortunately.
unless they decide to go for someone else, because he is at the bottom of the turn bar, so maybe you can kill him before he gets a turn either way, and you go for somebody else. And
And
goes
the
on
White
side,
Fang
doesn't kill, but kills after that.
Yeah,
The
that
Fang.
White Fang follow-up always going to be a clutch thing. So now it's a very awkward situation for JJ.
Yeah, he lost his biggest damage dealer, and he's about to get controlled really hard.
Dude, that Kaz just absolutely brutal in the RTA brackets.
Yeah, it just double sleep twice in a row. I really feel like Codex of Magic is just so unbelievable for a shell.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
also
to be fair,
the
there's
amount
just
of
a,
percentage damage.
there's just a lot of really solid shells. Like, you look at Revelation and what it can do. And then you look
When
at
I saw the
Artisan.
shells in Etheria Restart, I went, these are broken. Like, these are all broken. When you think about other games and compare, you're like, these are all godlike abilities that these shells have.
Oh, 100%. Now, something I just saw in chat, which we'll talk about in a sec, is codes. Because I believe we do have a code, but we'll get that after this game.
Yep. Now, I'm not really sure if Viper is going to be able to do all that much here. Oh, that was actually a resist on the sleep, which is nice. But
Yeah.
is it really possible for JJ to survive long enough to be able to get a revive or another big heal? I'm not so sure. Viper is not looking so good. I did see Bloodbath on Viper, so that's actually how he's been surviving so much, was literally his Bloodbath set.
Yeah. Also, he does reduce damage taken by crits as well. So for the team, which is it's a nice solid little passive that he's got there. Now, I'm honestly not sure on the interaction with Hoyan because of the because the shell got the kill, I'm not sure if the block revive applies.
I don't believe that the block revive applies. I'm fairly sure. Oh, he actually got the counterattack. That's pretty nice.
Big counter.
I'm fairly sure that he can be revived, and it's in 1 turn.
Okay.
So Sonya potentially could do that, but she has defense down.
We can get you can get the invincibility here from the and Holden has already used his skill 3, so we don't have the strip available. So, okay, invincibility on herself. I thought the invincibility was going on the Sonya for the protection.
Yeah, I thought it'd either be the Sonya or maybe the Viper. I'm a little bit surprised to use it on herself because
we kind of want to silence the Kaz here, don't we? And we did land the silence on the Kaz, and the Kaz has skill 3, I believe, available on the next turn.
But I think she's not going to get the turn because I think Gigabyte might proc right here for Sonya if it hasn't already. And she might get the turn. Yep.
Perfect.
She gets the turn no matter what.
Now, does the revive work?
Let's see.
It does not. Okay, yeah, so the passive must still apply.
That seems very strange. I didn't know it worked that way.
Yeah, I haven't tested that things like that in ages, but yeah, I'm assuming that is 100% what happened there. Even though the White Fang killed the Messiah, the passive still applies because it's still technically Hoyan that gets the kill.
Yeah. Oh, gets to sleep on Rosa. That's nice for Valerian, but
yeah.
I'm not really sure if Viper can carry this whole thing. There is no healing on Dragon's side.
There's no sustain, so you play this long game, you can actually get there, and the longer it goes out, you're just paying attention to the buffs. That's the cool thing, that you can see cooldowns in the buff section, so you can keep track of what's happening on the enemy team as well. But yeah, basically controlling that that Kaz is going to be key, because this AoE sleep is going to be the biggest issue to deal with.
It's just too much.
It's just such a lockdown.
Get farther and farther into.
Now, are they going to wake them all up with the Revelation? Because Revelation just triggered. No, we go for the single target. Just put all that damage into the Sonya. It does wake her up, but she is going to be able to just go ahead and heal. And her revive, which once again obviously can't revive that Messiah at this stage by the looks of it, unless the Messiah is still available to be revived, and they're just playing the long game of topping up.
Break on that Sonya.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad.
I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay for this hit. Just because that passive, along with, we have increased max HP once on her as well. So if we can increase that max HP again next turn, she becomes really chunky to deal with.
This Hoyan has skill 3 though. Oh wait, she laps right in front because the Gigabyte. This Gigabyte is giving so much value in this long match.
Yeah.
The amount of turns that it's stealing is insane.
And we just saw the one little issue there with the Kaz teamed up with the Rosa, is that Kaz put Viper to sleep, but Rosa did the follow-up attack to wake up. Okay, really topping up that max HP.
Yep. Getting rid of all those debuffs as well. This Hoyan has attack downs. Gonna do almost nothing, I would think. Yeah, for like a premier damage dealer, doing that little damage it's kind of pathetic. This Sonya is tanking everything.
Dude, can I just say, after that first round of attacks where the Messiah got clapped, I was seeing GGs in chat. I think this is turning around quite drastically. Now, it's a matter of
you actually just said like it's over, but I was thinking it, but I didn't say it. But somehow JJ is kind of making it look like he's turning this whole thing around. I think he's almost taken out Rosa and Hoyan.
Yeah, I mean, the one big threat is also the Hoyan revenge.
She's gone.
Yep, Rosa's down.
This Sonya is out DPSing that Rosa.
It's quite nice. The Sonya, especially once you get the increased HP twice on her, she becomes a massive, massive threat. Not in terms of anything else besides just raw, how do I get rid of this thing? Look at that basic attack, barely getting through that tiny little shield that was provided by the Valerian.
Reminder that Sonya was actually nerfed like in multiple ways before the launch of the game. She was so unbelievably powerful, and she's still putting in this much work post like 2 or 3 nerfs to her.
Yep, and the thing is with this one as well, like that heal block, it's just not blocking anything, because the way Sonya works is she cleanses before the heal happens. So it's just not going to stop anything. And unfortunately, I don't think I see an out for Dragon here.
I don't, and it unfortunately did not sleep. If it slept, then she wouldn't have counterattacked, but he kind of just tanks that with that defense buff and doesn't really care too much. This Valerian, she's taking a lot of damage, but she's kind of the lowest value member of the team, right?
Honestly, this could be big here because we do have double sleeps coming up because we did just get the proc on the Codex as well. The only issue is that we're going to have to wake someone up. So I think it's just going to be Valerian. If we check Valerian where she is at, she's got max cooldown on her abilities. So if we wake the Valerian up to poke her, it's not really a threat unless she RNG sleeps one of us. So I would be just basic attacking here on the Valerian and chipping her down.
Yeah, especially while she has the sleep on, just try and nuke her as much as possible. Oh, goes for the Viper.
Okay.
I'm a little bit surprised that he went for the Viper, especially since he's now just getting a turn and putting that attack down on us. And slow. And takes out the Hoyan.
Yeah, the Hoyan's down too.
Oh my god.
And that is going to be it. Okay, so that was pretty big. That was pretty big. The that is a massive comeback because the amount of GGs in chat I saw after that first clear of the Messiah was ridiculous. So massive credit to JJ for that one, for coming back from 1-0 down and playing through it and managing to creep back. Like I said, that game just there was that was not looking good in his favor at the start, but he did manage to come back really well.
Impressive. That was actually impressive because Dragon is a really strong player, a very strong player, a very high ranked player, and also in one of the top guilds. They're not sending just some random guy. He's really good.
Yep.
JJ walks in with 3 4-stars on his draft, and his only 5-star getting killed at the very beginning, and somehow kills his team.
Yeah.
Just with like a healer, a low DPS, and a support.
Yeah, Viper being one of those real top tier units in RTA, like just absolutely massive. I think the one thing that you can't sleep on with the Viper is the attack break and speed break in a single ability AoE, on top of having the strip before it, and you can passively use that on a revenge as well. Plus you get the crit damage reduction. Like that kit is so catered for it, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. No, he popped off the whole match, and those gigabytes. We saw those shells just doing so much work. As long as he was able to weather the storm of the Casio and the initial damage, he just outlasts him because he's getting so many turns from that shell just over and over. He keeps cutting him right before the debuffs actually matter and then cleansing and healing. He just got infinite turns.
Yeah, I think that gigabytes is huge in the longer fights, especially. It just has so much value.
Yeah, it's a crazy value one. Okay, so we have the next ones. Next contestants as well.
Okay, so who's going into the next one? So if I go, I'll just do a quick update on this. So we
have Yama versus Skull CJ.
Ooh. So that was Oasis and Ego, and that first win went to Ego.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, JJ, I think I speak for a lot of people when I say you see that first match and you're like, okay, JJ is going to get swept by Dragon, right? Like, how is he going to be able to this? But then he just did. He got 2 matches in a row where he played at his own pace and won. And now we see going into this match immediately, similar kind of thing, immediately picks Lily, but Yama immediately also going for double speed. We're going to see a full-on speed race in this match. Everyone is going pure speed, and we see those white fangs, just like you were saying earlier, where it can have the double speed set. Because
that I was going to notice is that Mio has Artisan, which doesn't have one of the advanced speed sets. So I'm assuming that Marvel is going to be the quickest on the team. So we're getting the Rahu is a massive one the longer the game goes on. So he is an absolute beast in RTA at the moment. And it looks like we're kind of looking at the speed clear versus the more stally type strategy here. Like obviously the Hoyan up the top can be a threat, but we're looking at just control and then just wear them down. Now this last pick is interesting. You've got to pick a DPS. Yeah, it has to be a DPS in that slot.
Now Deeding,
no.
Wait a second.
No. Oh, okay, that is locked in now. That's just an easy Messiah ban. Okay. Not how I would have played.
Were they afraid of just being outlasted like what happened in the last match? Just like no damage, just slowly grind you down? Is that what they were afraid of?
Yeah, I guess they did pick their Chiaki healer just to counter that, but maybe they thought the Chiaki was getting banned. Okay, this is an interesting one. Once again, those ones, you put so many options in your head of what they could do and what you could do, and you just end up coming to something. And this is going to be a pretty decent matchup. Speeds are going to be key. The Mio being the fastest, is there any immunity on that other team? There is no immunity either.
No. Any resistance, though, perhaps on the healer?
No, we all get pushed back there.
Pushed everyone back. So Chiaki getting the turn, just going for that skill 1 on Messiah. Definitely wants to take him out. And is he gone?
And the white.
Over the white fang.
Oh no! Okay,
Valerian.
that damage.
Valerian only blocks after.
Yes, so that damage must have literally left him on about 1 HP. Now, unfortunately, getting the kill anyway there, but that was so close with the Valerian proccing on the white fang, not before.
Yeah, but unfortunately for Skull CJ, I'm not really sure it matters because that Rahu taking that turn may have completely ended this match right here because he has just no real damage. Unless he's able to pull out another match similar to what we saw in the last one. I'm not sure if he can win this, but with someone like Rahu on Yama's side, Rahu is such an incredibly strong character in these long battles. He's really tanky, he puts out so much damage, he even supports the team with the defense buff.
Yeah, and I think, like, if we didn't have the Chiaki on Yama's team, I'd say this is going to be one of those another drawn out match, but because we got heals on the other team, there's no way you're out DPSing with a Kloss.
Yeah, I think this is exactly what Yama was going for too, and that's why he didn't ban the Messiah. He was saying, I can take this, I can just kill that, and then I will win the slow grind out match. Like, it's not going to be a repeat of what I just saw.
Yep. And
we have nice sustain on Skull CJ's side, but I'm just not really seeing it too much because Rahu's only going to get better over time. He always does. He's so much value, so much extra free damage nonstop. He's even using a shell that gives a shield to the team, and that was something that his teammate was missing in the last match. He had no sustain, no shields, nothing, but Yama has 3 shield shells.
Yeah, I mean...
And a support healer.
Yeah, I think the Artisan as well is like, it's just so huge in PvE. I know we're in a PvP tournament, but for PvE, that thing's ridiculous. The best shielder in the game is a shell, and it's just insane how much of a shield it provides. And on that Rahu with his passive defense buff, and then he, like the active defense buff on top of that, and if he doesn't have a defense break, that shield is just impenetrable.
The shell is so strong, it lets you cheat PvE stages that you have no business winning on. It just lets you win all these fights you shouldn't. And same with Valerian, by the way. I think everyone knows how strong she is now. Every single fight ever, you see a Valerian pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, but Valerian's more of one of those ones for more faster clears because once she does get out of her sitting state, it becomes a little bit awkward and boom, there you go. See you later, Kloss. Yeah. That is what we refer to as scoop time, but let's see how this goes.
Yeah, there's not really anything you can do with this, and he scoops. Yep.
Yeah, that
understandable.
Yeah, I think CJ's play is to, I don't know if he has any bruiser options built, but it's going to be hard to outspeed that Mio and Marvel combo, unless he has Marvel himself.
Oh, he picks Mio immediately. Now, I do think it's actually so important just knowing what units your opponent prioritized in the last match.
Yeah, and can I just also...
And look at Lily.
Lily being a bit naked?
No, yeah, no shell is visible on that Lily. Now, I'm not sure if Skull CJ actually notices that, but that means this Lily is probably really slow or completely ungeared for that matter.
Yes. So that's going to be an interesting one to see if he picks up on because, and that's, as you play more RTA, like the first thing you do is look at shells because shells are so damn important. And if you see that character without a shell, that's just... instant freebie.
Yeah. Unless it's a huge bait. What if he's so fast that he didn't even put a shell on?
You ain't doing a minus 60 speed and still being fast. There ain't no way. There ain't no way.
God. We see the Halloween, we see the double white fang on DJ's side now. Well, let's see what happens.
Can I just say that makes the counter pick of the Mio so huge by CJ in this fight. So huge.
Yeah, he took everything away from him pretty much there.
Yep.
And she's the slowest, even slower than Valerian.
Yep. So that was just a raw counter pick. So going for the push, unfortunately not getting the maximum amount of steal out of that because we don't have the stacks of her debuff on the enemies. So probably would have been better to go the skill 3, get the speed slow, may have given even more advancement, but oh no, we still do cut in front, sorry.
Oh my!
Dude, massive!
Hey, they're just gone!
Yeah, that's it, GG's. Oh, dude, I am loving this.
Oh my god, dude, he didn't even get to play!
Dude, that was a huge one by CJ.
That was insane. Just completely, immediately wipes them. The moment, from what we've seen, the moment Messiah gets a turn, the match ends. You cannot let this guy get a single turn. Now, Yama has to be going for Mio here. Yep,
straight away.
CJ's got to think, what do I go for?
Well, I honestly would not be picking the Lily. I would just leave the Lily.
Don't pick Lily. Because you know your opponent can't use it.
Yeah, and even if they pick it, you get more remaining slots. Now, I'm liking Yama. Like, that was honestly huge from CJ, and this is like a little thing to consider when you go into RTA. Any strong unit that you think you may use as a counter pick, just have a shell on them. Just have a high tier shell, even if it's level 1, because it makes it look like a threat.
Yeah, that's very true.
But I don't know if CJ can win this third match. Now that Yama got to pick that Mio straight up, it's once again, it's going to be the speed issue that's going to kick in here.
Yeah, I think Skull CJ needed to either pick Marvel or something else like that, like Rahu in Lily's slot. Because he didn't need to pick Lily. We know Lily has no gear, and he could just pick it at the very end and make it a force ban or something.
Yep.
He needs to prioritize the units that the two of them might share. So we're seeing another similar kind of match with that Chiaki there again.
Yeah.
But how is he holding?
I don't.
Immediately gets rid of the.
I mean, I think you're just banning the Lily here and outspeeding, but the Holden with the 2 sustains could prove to be an issue.
Yeah, we saw in the last match, essentially, Kloss didn't do anything.
Okay.
But, oh, wow.
The Messiah ban.
Allows Lily with 2 sustain and Holden? I wonder if he's going to be able to survive this, because Lily, this is the first time we've seen her here. She's so powerful. Everyone knows it.
Yep. Okay, let's go. Oh, the Mio outspeeding the Lily still. Okay.
Wow. Speed Demon, Yama.
I didn't get to see speed turn gauge, but that was...
It didn't push back at all. It did nothing to that Lily.
Oh, no. Getting it onto the Holden. Now, the Holden got pushed back so far that he didn't get there, but honestly, it's okay. Sometimes in those situations, you can even go for this Lily skill 3 off rip to try and increase cooldowns on everyone as well. That's another strategy that you will see sometimes. If like one of your fastest pieces is affect accuracy, especially, then you can do those kind of cheesy things.
So we have that shield on the Lily, which I think is really important too, because now she can probably survive stuff like this. Oh, that goes for the healer, but ooh, Lingual, oh, she's fine, and she's got Gigabyte. She survives the White Fang too, and now we get the big
that's
heal.
massive.
You see, this is really bad for Yama, because he just used up a lot of his strength immediately, right out of the gate. And now in a prolonged match against Lily and Holden, look at the damage on that.
I mean, that wasn't insane amounts of damage, but once again, that the attack break's going to be just adding to the pain of trying to wear this team down.
Now, I will definitely say, though, who's better in a long match, Holden or Rahu?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Rahu.
High value.
And so that's going to be the thing. I think they really want to get rid of that that Hoyan, but I'm kind of leaning more towards Yama for this game at the moment. Because we do have that Chiaki for the sustain. Yeah,
Chiaki is so important here. And yeah, like, look at these shields, and they have the little, like, paper, what's the buff called?
The mitigation buff, Guardian.
Yeah, so they're really bulky, and it's not like Holden is a huge damage nuke here, really. Yeah. He's good for a prolonged match, but Rahu kind of just does his job a little bit better, and he doesn't scale off attack or anything either. So he doesn't care that much about the attack down. Yeah, and these shields with the defense up as well and the Origami Guardian, Yama kind of just has an infinitely tanky team. And look at that shield there too.
Dude, that basic attack damage coming out, that is huge. That Rahu just starting to scale, and it's just, like, you can see how much damage he's going to ramp up to. And even though we have the healers on the team, I think the Rahu's just going to eventually break through, even ignoring what the Hoyan's going to bring to the team as well with heal block if she manages to land it.
Yeah, the problem is there just is not enough damage by Skull CJ to really be able to close it out. You have to you have to one by one take out this team, but we see another Holden skill 3, and it did a nice amount of damage, but not really enough. I mean, look at Rahu. he's sitting pretty. Only Mio really took much.
Yeah, and once again, when we got 3 artisans on the team, that's a lot of shielding.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the value of Artisan in these matches, though. It's just non-stop shields. You don't even have to be healing. You have infinite sustain.
I also want to add, it's so good to see in our first 2 matchups going to game 3 both times.
Yeah, no, these are actually much closer matches than I think a lot of people expect. Usually when you see some big cleave setup, you're like, okay, these are all going to be really... But then the players are both having to opt for slower matchups because it's almost like the cleave only works on element of surprise. And once you get one off, your opponent just does not let you do that again.
Yeah, and I just want to take note. Look at CJ's level. I didn't even notice that till now.
I know. No, he is a madman. This guy has been grinding this game nonstop. He is not messing around. I think he was actually one of the earliest people to beat some of the Inferno fights from what I saw. He had like some of the fastest times or something, I remember saying.
Yeah, definitely go check out CJ's channel as well, guys. Another content creator. Oh, those freezing with the heal blocks.
And the defense down.
Oh,
this Ling Luo is definitely going down. She's not getting another turn.
Yeah, just biding the time on that skill 2 from the Mio, waiting for like a brief interaction without immunity, and then you just get the whole team.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure how you can bring this back if you're Skull CJ, because I think Yama's setup for this slower match is just perfect. Has Rahu, who's great in a long match and supports, has Poyon, who's a big damage nuke, a great support, and even some control with the Mio.
I want to say it just didn't work, but CJ doing the sneaky play of putting the twin trick onto the Valerian there to try and boost her above to get her protection in for the Ling Luo. It was a smart play, just didn't give enough gauge for her to get. She was just behind, so I just wanted to take note of that because that was one of those good plays where like it seems unorthodox, but if it actually boosted her enough, could have actually bought him the extra time.
Just when you think maybe you can kill Hoyan, she gets a shield that's equal to more than half her entire HP.
Yeah, dude, those
and she hasn't even procced her passive. How do you kill this thing? And another artisan on Lily. This Lily is also really hard to kill because of this Holden's artisan.
Yeah, I think the problem is, the big fear is like you just know that freeze is going to come up again, and then it's just going to be like, oh, that was big damage too. Once again. And then the White Fang for the kill. Boom. Oh, just not. But this one's going to get it, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, Mio gets them. Yep. And there's not really anything else Skull CJ can do right here. I think Yama is getting revenge for his fallen teammate after the last one. Because this seems like a pretty clean win by him.
Yeah, definitely.
Holden is doing some alright damage, but he needs another character to push through and follow up after that.
Yeah, it's unfortunately not going to be enough, but a really good effort by CJ. Well done, guys. That was huge. So we are going on to the game 3. So these 2 guilds are Oasis and Ego, and it is 1-1. The first game going to Ego with JJ beating out Dragon, and the second game going to Oasis with Yama beating out CJ. So we go into the final game.
I would maybe argue that almost the favorite of each one lost in a way, because I think a lot of people were thinking Dragon is going to be so strong and just beat out JJ after that first fight, especially since he's in Oasis. And then Skull CJ, I mean, you just look at his level. You see that this guy has been grinding. He is going all in. And he's always been such a strong player in this game since launch, and then Yama just takes him out. So now in the third match, we're going to see Shinya versus
Divy.
Ah, yes, Divy. There we go.
All right, Shinya, another content creator as well, so go show him some support as well, but looking forward to this final match.
Oh, also, I just want to say JJ also is another content creator, so go check him out too.
Yep.
All 3 of them. Full content creator.
Guild representation. Dude, they're doing bloody well too.
Shinya says, don't bet on me, and he seems to be a little hesitant, but we'll see if it affects his match going in.
Come on, Shinya, you've got this. Yeah, I don't think I have their links in the description, but I'll add it to the VOD. All these guys' links, all the creators. But yeah, I'm super impressed. That JJ match against Dragon was like that's a massive comeback to be able to do that.
No,
And
it didn't look like he really had any chance there in the final match, and he somehow just dragged it back, and he made it look good. You thought he was gone, and then he just kept winning and winning and winning during the whole fight, and you're like, wait a second, he's actually just destroying it.
And I think this is like showing as well that having a depth of roster is so important so that you can counterpick in games. Now, obviously, in normal laddering in RTA, if you don't play the same person again, you're not going to see it. But in this type of tournament, having a depth of roster so you know what the other person has after the first match to counterpick that, like we saw with CJ getting that Mio, and then counterpicking the Lily but without the shell is just, too much to come back from sometimes.
All right, we're going into this match, and Shinya gets first pick, and he goes for Messiah. He says, I'm going for it. And he has the little rat as his, I think it's called Law of Silence or something like that. It's the one that gives a void at the big battle, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so I think so. Then we do have the Lily once again. Lily on Artisan, so not too much speed. Just noticing with Divy, we've got the Lighthouse there on the Tiamat. So Lighthouse healing after you take big damage. If that's Lighthouse with Bloodbath, that is a lot to get through for a Tiamat. Going full Bruiser from Divy up the top here.
Wait, very interesting. Viper on Codex to be able to use his skill 3 twice in a row. I haven't really seen something like that. That's kind of interesting. But it seems like Shinya's entire lineup, he was kind of ready for a speed battle or something with the Law of Silence, because it makes it so you can't be targeting, you take less damage. I think 40% less damage.
Yeah, AoE. And you get extra resistance as well. So less AoE damage, can't be targeted, and more resistance as well. So curious to see, because there's no real control on the enemy team besides the Holden skill 2. So we bring the extra damage.
The Viper, I guess. The slow and attack down could do so much if he actually gets a turn against this Deeding and Messiah. And Ziada with no shell?
Oh, I didn't even see that. Yeah, that's... I mean, ideally you would have brought another booster in that position, something fast. Okay, we've got the Freya as well coming in. Now, that's not a Revelation Freya. The Messiah getting banned. I mean, then we can loop with the Didding. It's just often your Didding's not going to be fast enough to take advantage of that Lily boost straight away. I'm kind of liking Divy's draft here. Yeah, you got so really much sustain. Yeah, Tiamat getting gone.
Bans out the Tiamat, you have to, I think, because you need to immediately try and nuke someone and take them out. And if Tiamat was there, there was just no way you were going to be able to do that with Deeding.
Yep. So let's see what happens here.
All right, so he's Void, he's invisible right now, but let's look at this turn order. Wow, that's a fast Lingluo, or the slowest Lily of all time? Lily's going slower than even the Viper. This is a bit surprising.
Might just be a gear farming difference. I'm not too sure there.
I don't think so. I think it's possible. Maybe Shinya has divvied up his gear a bit so he doesn't have his fastest stuff on Lily, and it could be on somebody else. But it's just a really, really bulky Lily. But the problem is you've attacked. This Deeding is not going to do any damage. And Ziada is definitely not going to help at all with no gear on.
Yeah. You know what I think may have happened? He may have been playing around with gear before, and Ziada used to be geared, and then, you get into that thing, like if you're coming up to one of these tournaments where you're like trying to shuffle stuff around and then it just doesn't work out.
Well, he seemed to have been saying in chat, actually, that he ran out of time. Like, he had a few seconds left, but it cut him off and then just instantly put in Ziada there. So I don't think he meant to actually put it in there. A bit unfortunate, because I don't think it's really possible to just break through this wall. Defense up while you've attacked down.
Shinya just DM'd me. He said that he said the 3-second bug. So I didn't even realize this is the thing, because I've got such a limited roster. I'm always picking straight away. But he said if you pick in the last 3 seconds, it doesn't lock in your pick, and the game auto picked the Jada for him.
Huh. I haven't seen something like that before, actually. I didn't even know.
Yeah, so the game auto-picked the Jada. That sucks, dude. Oh, no. All right.
Oh, it's unfortunate, but keep fighting, Shinya. If you win this one,
I mean, that's mega points if you win this one.
The problem is he has no cleanse. He can't get rid of this attack down or the speed down. And then Holden going for another skill 3 attack down again.
Yep.
Oh, Xiao getting the skill 3 big. Oh, we saw 2 defense downs. Hey, at least she can debuff.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate getting the auto pick. Surely the auto pick goes off of power, not just level. I mean, that is so brutal. The game just auto picking an ungeared unit. No way.
Yeah, this is so unfortunate for Shinya right here. I will say though, I wonder what he would have actually picked right there.
I think it would have been another fast unit. Because I feel like when you've got, you know, your Lily, you got your 2 big DPS, you got your attack buffer in the Valerian. I feel like you bring another booster. So if they ban a booster, you've still got speed. That would just be my go-to.
Support too, potentially, to go for like a longer match. Since
yeah, I mean,
going for that, but.
Yeah, after you see Divy going real bruiser, I think that's when maybe you go the extra sustain or something like that.
Yeah, well, Deeding is the king of PvE, or at least he was until you get to him. But unfortunately, I don't really think he's able to do much in this PvP match, sadly. And Xiata goes down, the first one. Wasn't really doing a lot, but
yeah,
yep,
that's the scoop. So hopefully he can get a full team drafted this time. We can see a bit more of a hefty lineup. So I'm curious to see if he has any of those other units built from Divy that he can go ahead and counterpick.
He did get a lot of information though for what Divy wants to go for. But it's possible if he doesn't try to go fast with Lily, maybe Divy tries to go for a super fast team and he can't fight back. If he completely changes his strategy, then Shinya could just be caught unaware and just get cleaved. He goes to the Messiah first pick.
Yeah. Okay. So Sarah let me know in Twitch chat that it is based off of level, the auto picking, which kind of sucks.
Oh, so Xiata had the gear taken off. She must be a Doki farmer and had the gear taken off.
Yeah.
So she was the one picked. Unfortunate.
Dude, picking all that sustain straight up again, and that Linglo being so damn fast. Oh, here we go. Okay. New unit Yelly time. Okay. Nice. Love to see it.
Yeah. We see Yelly, and she's maxed out. Maxed her out already with such limited resources. Kind of surprising.
Yeah, I mean, do you ban the Lingluo knowing how fast that thing is with the immunity? Oh, but now you got the Marvel to deal with as well.
Yeah, the Lingluo was so surprisingly fast, but the thing is, I feel like Tiamat is underrated by a lot of people because she reduces the amount of damage your team is taking by so much. So if someone's trying to nuke you, it's really difficult to be able to break through that.
Yeah, she's definitely a monster. I like to say I'm the last remaining member of the Tiamat fan club, but yeah, I think she's still a monster, and you don't have to convince me of that.
Well, if you look at this team that Divy has, so Viper reducing the amount of damage you're taking for crits. Yep. Tiamat reducing the amount of damage you're just taking in general and taking the damage herself. Then you have Lingluo, who's an amazing healer. Then you have Holden, who's a defense scaling damage dealer who debuffs you with attack down.
Yep.
If you let this match go for more than like 3 seconds, you're going to get taken out because he's so bulky.
Okay, I like the play here. I can see the vision of going the Kraken, which is on Codex. You ban the Lingluo, who we know super... Okay, I thought the Kraken was going to lead to a Lingluo ban because we know that's fast with immunity, and I thought maybe you go the Kraken and lock out for the early game.
Maybe Kraken's fast. How fast is Kraken here?
I don't think... That Lingluo was fast. Yeah.
She's faster than Kraken. 3 units... Wait. 2 units faster than Kraken. Yeah, and then just immediately immunity. Now, he has to survive long enough, which I think it's going to be like 3 turns of survival to be able to use Kraken's skill 3.
Yeah, well, the problem is we didn't even use the Lingluo skill 3 because we didn't need to. We have immunity on 2, and we just used the skill 2 from the Freya, which normally I don't like the skill 2 from Freya because, you know, all the multi-hits like Kaz, like you're not blocking a sleep with that with her buff. But because Kraken is just a 1-hit freeze, it's a guaranteed immunity to that, so you can't unfortunately do anything with it. Now we will get to strip that with the Yelly with the Death Shred, so that will remove that from them, but then they just have the immunity from the Lingluo to follow it up with.
Yeah, and even though he gets the speed up, something that's just so important, speed down is such an insanely powerful debuff. You were just taking so many more turns than your opponent. If he didn't have that speed up, he would probably just be done right then and there. And the yelling
follow-ups.
Any follow-up?
Oh, those revenges.
Oh, one follow-up?
Two? Dude,
okay.
I've seen chains of 7 and it just goes hard, like it's super hard. But yeah, unfortunately having the attack down while we were using that attack really, really hurt us.
Yeah. Oh my god,
that was
damage that
big damage.
Just did. Huge damage, pushback, silence. Look, Holden and Yelly are at the bottom of the turn bar together. Valerian is able to equalize health right here though, which is really big, saving that Yelly.
Now, remind me after this game, Genazad, I'm getting asked about the code again. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll try to remind you. And now there's a debuff on Yelly as well. Viper goes for skill 3 again. Attack down and slow to the entire team again.
Now we have
no speed up.
And we have the immunities still up. So everyone's got some form of immunity. So this isn't going to do anything. So
really
unfortunately had to hold out another turn on that one. And then maybe could have landed a freeze, but...
Okay, we see Lily go for the skill 3. Really strong because not only is it
we're silenced though. We are silenced. That's the one issue. The Viper revenge with the silence is so big. Oh, going in on the Viper. Oh, that must not be max skilled either. Okay, so we didn't get a single follow up.
Oh man. Also, look at that Viper shield. Divy's team here, it just feels unbreakable. How do you break through this? The fast Ling Luo just setting up the entire team at the beginning, it feels like, what are you supposed to do? You have to outspeed to be able to have any chance against a team like this.
Yeah, I mean, you do have the high roll RNG with Yelly that, you know, you just infinite shot. But unfortunately, we just saw there that the skill 2 is not maxed. So the chance of getting one of those like 5-6 shot chains, it just diminishes. She is so lattice hungry. It's ridiculous. So unfortunately, a lot of players didn't have the lattice to max her straight away when they got her.
Yeah, Shinya had to pray on, I sure hope that I shoot 15 shots in a row and kill this Holden.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that was kind of the play there. Possible that maybe Kraken should have instead gone for the Ling Luo.
Okay, I might have missed that. I don't think he's crit capped on his Yelly might have been the issue. Someone said that it missed the crit. Ah, that might be what it is. Okay, yep.
Yep, and we see them going down, and Divy's team just looking so strong here. Infinite health, infinite shields, and just slowly working you down. We see the power of Viper and Hulk between the 3 matchups, and they have been just doing so much work.
Yeah, they are definitely just powerhouses, and it's once again, it's the ability to strip and then apply like key debuffs. The speed down, the attack down.
Bulky themselves, like just supporting the team so much by being bulky, and that's it.
And that is going to be it.
Out Shinya,
so
in a very decisive match.
Yeah, that was really that at least Shinya did get to pick his final unit in that one, but that is going to wrap it up. So that was Oasis versus Ego. Game 1 going to JJ from Ego versus Dragon. Game 2 to Yama from Oasis versus CJ, and Game 3 to Oasis with Divy versus Shinya. So Oasis winning out that one, and they will go into the final.
And the code?
Oh, the code. Okay, team. Okay, we've got the code. Okay, it is it's all caps. It's weekly PvP W2. So I'll post it in my chats.
W2.
And then you guys can have that. Boom. I have no idea what it is. Hopefully it's 30 pulls and we can all get around it. But
it's a mystery. It's a new LD character. Could be anything. Well, if I never claim it, then I can just use my imagination.
What? No pull? Oh, okay. Listen. Tobias, for organizing it, I'm going to get onto him. We're gonna push for big codes next week.
Hold up. I thought it was going to be 3 pulls. I'll let the dev know, okay?
Yeah, sick, man.
Yeah,
sick.
Maybe next time we go for maybe a light dark pull or so. Maybe 3 light dark pulls.
Yeah.
That would be
maybe
cool,
just a free Lily would be great. Something like that. Just see what you can do, Tobias.
No, we'll have that already. We don't need that anymore.
All right, so now
they should have DM'd you the first
Yes.
players for their team. Yep.
Yeah, and I put it in the chat there.
Okay, so now let me just get, I'll just get the info for you guys about who's coming up against who. So now we have Team C versus D, which is going to be, let me open up a new page on my notepad. This one is going to be Team Big versus Team Pridewin.
And I don't know a ton about Big, but I do know Seizo.
Yeah.
We saw him in the last tournament, and he's a pretty strong player, and he's very prepared.
Yeah, sure.
But it's really interesting to see Pridwin here, because I think a lot of people know that website, and they're representing their website right here. So
yeah,
they better perform.
These are some of the boys that work on the PvP tier list, so I'm keen to see. I know some of them are really strong players as well. The other one we have is Shiny. Now, Shiny was really good in our pre-launch tournament. I think that was the one he played in. He did incredibly well. I know he was another one like me that qualified for the YCS from beta rankings and forgot to fill out the form, so unfortunately didn't get to participate. I'm pretty sure that was Shiny.
Oh, no.
So he made it again. He made it again just through the official launch ranking.
Oh, he made it through launch
Insane.
rankings. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, dude, I was like, no way. When I got messaged, the guys are like, where are you in this chat? And I was like, what form? So Shiny did the
Well,
same.
let me know who the other team sent.
Wait, I'm just checking out my things. It's going to be Hakori. Okay, so Hakori's going to be the first one for them.
All right, so it seems like from what you're saying, Shiny is a pretty damn strong player. Maybe one of the top, able to qualify twice. So he's consistently able to qualify. That's kind of a big deal.
Yep, definitely. So we got Shiny versus Hakori.
Hakori representing
Pridewin.
They make a bunch of tier lists. Pridewin. They make a bunch of tier lists, and
Also,
I guess we'll see how good their tier lists
if
are.
you're looking for general character builds, Pridewin's great for that as well. Just like whenever I get asked, like just go check out Pridewin. They've got like very in-depth builds. The build guys there do a fantastic job too.
We see Jackal on first pick Lingluo. Very interesting. We haven't been seeing something like that yet. I guess the speed buff would be pretty nice.
100%
first
uptime
pick
speed
Rahu
buff.
was going for a slow one. This is a slow one.
Yeah, and I think Shiny, if he's qualified, that means he's a top player, and the meta is, for the top players, from what I've seen, is definitely more bruiser, stall out, bloodbath sets and stuff like that. So we are getting the counter pick from Hakori with the Tiamat going, and once again, they're both going that real heavy bruiser type play style.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is kind of what I think a lot of people expected. So if you watch the last tournament, it was basically just a nuclear explosion. Every match was just someone blowing up somebody else. We had a couple of slow matches, but everything else was just... And the thing is, people just didn't have enough time to get the bulky gear and be able to build these characters and play slow.
Yep.
But now that we have more time, people are able to get Bloodbath set, people are able to get the right shells to be able to survive and build up more of these characters. You start to notice that it's pretty hard to just instantly run somebody down. It's not very easy, especially in a tournament style, and you start seeing these really bulky units. Like, how are you going to break through this bottom team already? Like, look at these first three characters. Viper, Tiamat, Lingluo.
And the
How do
funny
you
thing
break
is,
through it?
like in high ranks, Lily's like insta pick, like coming in as fourth pick for a team. And there's another one that you probably haven't seen much of is Lilith. So Lilith in these long games, because she's based off HP, she's got the slow, she's got the reset. And then we do see, once again, these guys are playing very, very high end meta picks.
Yeah, this is completely different than what we saw before for some of these picks. Now, oh wait, Victor making an appearance? On Revelation.
On Revelation.
Victor.
Oh, dude. Okay, that is one I absolutely love to see. Good pick at Shiny. Okay, Victor getting massively nerfed, but with the Revelation carrying some damage.
Well, I think because Victor gets a lot of free attack as he takes more damage, right? Which makes it so his Revelation is scale even harder.
I'm kind of liking Hakori a bit more, unless this Victor does one shot, because we've got no sustain on this team besides our artisans. Lily being fastest as expected. That Victor's just so slow. Getting him through is going to be the issue.
Yeah, now you could push the Rahu, but the problem is that defense buff's probably
Oh,
gonna get
okay, it
stripped.
did
Those
advance
are
him
the
enough.
Victor.
It did advance enough.
Hold on.
Who?
Victor just gonna go in or go for a slow kind of match?
No, he's going to use skill 3
No.
straight up with that revelation. I just don't know who I'd pick to target here. This is the tough choice.
Yeah.
Because Doki's a big threat as well in this one, eventually.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That's a lot of damage to Tiamat, a full health
Yeah.
scaling character.
Unfortunately, though, when you know Tiamat's stacking that HP, if you're not guaranteed to get that kill, it's kind of... That Ling Luo coming up is just going to be annoying with the healing up, so...
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I sort of felt like maybe you should save the skill 1, but
Nah,
I'm not 100% sure.
you've got to use it on the revelation. Yeah, otherwise it's just... You're out of... you've wasted revelation. And here we go, the
Tiamat
transform.
already transforming. Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, the Tiamat going into the transform, unfortunately no shields up from it, but we do have the Artisan there on the Viper, which is going to help with the protection. And then obviously Ling Luo has the healing still. And then she's got 3 shells on her as well.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to break through his team. This is the first Doki we've seen as well.
Oh, and the Bramble proc. Oh, it's always an issue.
The counterattack. Doki gonna use her skills. Now Doki, something that's nice about her, she does kind of scale in a long match.
Yes, she does that. My one issue with Doki is that her cooldowns just feel way too long without skill up investment, and I don't want to skill her up. And
Exactly. No one really wants to.
yeah, that's her biggest issue for me personally. Okay, getting
Oh,
that.
we see Tiamat.
Oh, dude. Those two from 2 Bramble procs. Oh, it's so brutal.
Yeah.
And that Tiamat, just to note, is on Amber, and Amber got a fix in this update where now, even if you control Tiamat, Amber will proc. Whereas previously, if you were under control, Amber would not
wow.
proc and give you that cheat death.
I mean, as we can see here, just completely working him down, healing all the damage, and just tanking everything.
Yeah.
The tank is one-shotting the team, basically, just all by themselves, doing all the damage, and it's over.
Yep, that
Hakori
is
taking
it.
The
So
first one?
So that first one going, yeah, straight to that Tiamat, dude. The Tiamat power in that is just ridiculous. And as the #1 fangirl of Tiamat, I'm happy to see it. I'm all here for it.
You know, it's really funny. All the characters that were nerfed from beta to release, you were seeing them in this tournament, and they're usually carrying. So I guess we understand now why they nerfed the hell out of Tiamat and out of Anya. Some of these characters are still so unbelievably strong.
Yeah, definitely having a lot of power left in them. Now, who was that won? I completely forgot who was who on which team.
Hakori won the first one.
Hakori won
Hakori's
it.
part of Pride One. Yeah. And we see the Lilith Sonya immediately, not going for anything like the Tiamat from the previous match. Very interesting.
I guess when the
How-
Ling Luo came out straight away, no, I'm not too sure. I thought the Tiamat pick would have come out.
I think people like comboing the Tiamat with Ling Luo a lot, and so since it got taken away, that are we gonna see Heinrich here? No, okay,
No,
we see
Tiamat comes
Tiamat
back,
anyway.
I mean,
Tiamat
hey,
with Sonya,
Tiamat Sonya, we're getting extra HP, we're doing extra damage. It's still perfectly fine, and we do get the
We
Heinrich
do
in.
see Heinrich. Very interesting. So, I'm guessing just to put those debuffs on before Ling Luo even gets a turn, and we see the Borgna again.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is if you're running that Lilith, you want something to strip those immunities and make sure that Lilith can apply her bombs.
Yeah, what's also important is now he has information on what Shiny has, like how many immunities, if he even has set, like what's going on there, so he can more confidently use something like Heinrich. Now, we see the final pick Rahu again. Oh, no. Locking in that Freya. I think that kind of means they want to ban Heinrich, though, right? Because Heinrich seems like he's going to be way too powerful here against your team.
Yeah.
With that buff block.
I mean, or they could just end up banning the Ling Luo and then you got no sustain, but then you do have the Born who's still a big threat. Like, you still got a lot to deal with there, even just to out sustain. So, do you ban the Born and then you have less damage to worry about? on the enemy team, and then you can play that longer game better. Okay, T-Mac getting out there. Okay.
Tiamat out this time. But the thing is, I wonder if Hakori can just hard control Shiny so he's not able to get a turn, because he has buff block the strip into Lilith just spamming bombs.
Yeah.
With Doki, it would a cooldown reset. If he has good tuning, this could be crazy.
It's a
getting that
fast
first turn.
Heinrich too, yeah. You get that buff block on. Let's see if he strips as well. Strip and buff block on everything. Okay, that really sucks for them.
Yeah, that's kind of insane. Now, this is something that we saw in the beta a lot, is Heinrich gets first turn, you just feel helpless. You go, what can I even do now?
Yep.
This Freya, like, what does she even do on her turn? Heinrich has just completely neutered the team, essentially.
Yeah, and I think here the play is like you just negate that Born. So you just put the bombs and then reset him and stun him.
Yeah.
With the Lilith, and then like because he's really the big threat here. Obviously, Holden is always going to be somewhat of a threat, but I think the biggest threat is that Born. And I imagine we're going to see him get the skill 2 popped on him here.
Yep, we saw every single bomb land. I mean, the thing is, he might get stunned right now.
Who did that go on?
Wait.
Okay, that went on the Holden. Holden's bomb got exploded, but he did not get the stun. Okay.
He must have resisted it, so they allowed the Borgnen to actually get a turn. I'm a little bit surprised, actually. Okay, Doki spamming that action advance.
Alright, the big attack buff as well on this.
I mean, that did a pretty significant amount.
Yeah, it was decent,
but big of a deal.
Yeah, unfortunately, not having the attack buff as well from the Freya due to that buff block is, you know, makes it a lot tougher.
Yeah, I guess Hakori just wasn't scared. They knew their limits. They're just like, yeah, I think I can take this. It's fine. They can heal up with Sonya.
Once again, we don't know gear. Maybe we're running bloodbaths as well, so you're like, okay, I'm going to live this no matter what anyway.
Wow, we actually saw a lot of resistances from Hakori's team there against the Viper. Not that it really mattered too much, but kind of surprising and near full heal for most of the team.
Yeah.
And that pesky buff block is still on him. I don't think Freya is going to really have any use this entire match at this rate.
Yeah. I guess that was the consideration in the drafting where they were considering the Freya and reconsidering. It was probably this. It was all about speeds. Because unfortunately, that Heinrich being so damn fast just really cost them.
And you really have to keep in mind, though, that sometimes these players just don't have a better option. They don't have every unit in the game built. It's not possible at this point.
Yeah.
So sometimes they go, oh crap, I don't have something that can deal with this. I have to pick something like Freya. I have no option. Oh, and Lilith taking an extra turn on her skill 1.
Yeah.
I think it's a 25% chance.
That's brutal, because now if we look at the Lilith, yeah, she's got bombs ready next turn, so...
Yep. That extra turn is insane. Lilith can completely pop off, and we see the stun land. Wait, did that counterattack proc off the stun bomb? I didn't know that could happen.
Yeah, it must have.
Wow, that's actually really interesting.
There's a few of those interactions that you just it just happens. You're like, okay, that's how it works.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's what happens when you got that much depth. It's just like, well.
Well, the problem is now, what do you do? There's just all these bombs, and not only going to do a ton of damage, but you're just getting stunned. Borgna is taken out, and there's just no sustain.
The one thing about bombs in this game, though, someone in chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure Lilith, if she overlays a new set of bombs, it replaces the old ones. So if you have bombs about to explode, and you place bombs again, it just increases the duration to 2. So you actually don't want to place bombs until the other bombs have exploded.
I think it's good that it works that way. Otherwise, I think she would maybe just control the entire match forever. So.
Yeah, I mean, you just put her on Time Weave and Halloween, and it's just like, oh, we'll have fun, kids. Like,
yeah, or Codex or something. Just immediate
yeah, just
double
the Codex
bomb
straight up. Like, yeah.
Yeah. If you go Kazuyo, Heinrich, and Lilith, they would never get a turn. Yeah. But at this point, I don't really think there's anything Shiny can do. I think Hakori, both of his teams kind of just read him like a...
Yeah, I mean, mean, we are getting them decently low. The problem is they just have that sustain on the team, and that's like all the difference. Having a sustain versus not having it in these drawn out battles, it's just too much to deal with. So you look, the bombs are going to go on again, and once again, it just replaces the previous bombs.
Yep.
But it's also...
It can be so hard to deal with debuffs, though.
Yeah. But, you know, sometimes placing those bombs so that you can use the skill 2 again, get the reduction, and then reset someone is worth it.
Yeah, I think it's mostly for that second turn is why he's using it. Just so he can immediately detonate the bombs. Wow, the Jackal actually doing more damage than the Heinrich there. That's it.
Okay,
Hakori
so
kind of just clean sweeping.
Yeah, that was really clean. Now, once again, and Shiny is an incredible player, so massive credits to Hakori for that one as well. So that is Team Pride win, getting the first win of this one against Team Big. So we'll wait and get the players, the team's second picks.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, maybe their tier lists actually got some merit here.
No, I know the boys do a lot of testing over there when they go to that, so they're not just giving it a winging it off the bat. They're testing the shit out of that and doing quite well at it at the moment.
Yep, and we got the second player from their guild right there. I'm actually kind of surprised how that played out because we know player. This just shows how strong some of these players are that you don't really know. You're not really sure who you're facing in this turn. How good are they?
Yeah, one sec. I think I'm having...
That Tiamat went... Yeah, that's fine.
Just having issues in
Tiamat.
my Twitch. Apparently I've got bots or something. I just suck at Twitch and I have 0 mods. So I'm just going to make someone mod here and I don't even know how to do that.
Oh, wait, what is happening?
Give me one sec. Oi, Sarah, how do I make you mod? You can deal with anything. I just am not a Twitch person. Dude, do you know how to make someone a mod in Twitch? This is how bad I am at Twitch streaming.
/mod and their username. I mean, if you want to ban the person, just click on their.
I'm not paying attention to what's going on the whole time. So it's just /mod, and then space.
Well, Sarah's already modded in about 500 different chats. Yeah, and then just copy paste their name or whatever.
Okay. Listen, Sarah, I'm going to give you mod because I know you're a mod for everyone else, and I'll trust you for that one. /. Is that how we do it? Let's see if that works.
Little technical difficulty.
Dude, there we go. There we go. So, sorry, guys. Pro streamers here. Just trying to work out moderators. Dude.
Bro re-rolled for so long for Lily, it cooked his brain.
Dude, it
Only
did.
thing he can do is re-roll now.
Can I just say, that account is killing it. I hit level 50 yesterday. Straight into farming Nico. Managed to clear Inferno Hoyan as well. So I'm cooking on that account.
Damn, yeah, it seems like you're popping off.
All right, so have we got the teams sorted for the next match?
We got one of them so far. I'm not sure if you got the other one.
No, I haven't got anything else yet. All right, so we have... So we're just waiting on the Pride Win team. And then we'll announce them. Yeah, dude, 20 hours of re-rolling, it was all worth it. It was all worth it.
Well, I'm glad it was worth it. I actually have a lot of fun re-rolling it. There's actually been times where I've spent hours and hours re-rolling in a game. Then I start playing and go, wait, this game sucks, and then immediately stop playing.
Yeah, I've done that as well, but like I have fun through the entire reroll. It's just like, I think people that reroll and don't enjoy it, like they're like, oh, this is dumb, and it like kills the game. It just makes the game for me. Okay, so we have the players in. We have, dude, I don't even...
Mozoke versus Charo.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Dude, I don't know. How do you pronounce that name?
I don't know. Mozoke? I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay, let's go with Mose. I'm going to say Mose from now on because I can't pronounce anyone's name. And let's go with that. And Charo. So Charo is from
We
Team
see-
Pridewin, and Moz is from Team Big.
Yep, and we immediately see that Lingluo. You see the value of this Lingluo. Every single player seems to immediately first pick them from these two guilds. And then we see the Sanya into Tiamat immediately.
Yep.
Saw in the previous one as well. Seems like since they're teammates, they also probably have similar strategies at the...
Yeah, I mean, I think these two guilds have just catered themselves towards this bruiser meta. You see that Lingluo being on the Gigabyte as well. With these longer fights, that is going to be very, very clutch. We saw it in value in early matches where those longer fights, as they draw out, like you can just like lap people with that Gigabyte.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually glad that there's so many bruiser matchups, because I think one of the biggest problems with this type of game usually is there's usually too much cleave, too much speed needed. But from what we're seeing in these matches, not really just about speed. It's really way more about just this longer drawn out bruiser game where it's much easier for people to participate in.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, as you get into RTA, you can't get the perfectly formed team. So running speed cleave and one piece gets banned, you just lose the accessibility to it. Whereas bruisers are normally interoperable, where they all do they're good on their own. So you can just put a team of them and get good results out of that.
Oh, we've seen the Heinrich with the Casio, and now Borgner the team. Wow, both teams going for partially really good CC.
Okay, and getting rid of that Doki Doki. Now, Doki Doki is one of those ones for me, feels so underwhelming in the early game as a pulled unit that you don't even want to build her. But it's that end game PvP where I think is her role. And as you can see, the threat of her and her getting banned, it just shows that. Now, I have no idea who I would ban from Charo's team.
Yeah, well, they decided to ban the Sanya, hoping that he can just take them out since they have no sustain, but... Is this Lingluo going so blazing?
I'm worried about the fast Kaz that's going to just outspeed and sleep. Now, do we have any... Oh, dude, I failed to connect. No. Okay, I'm back in. I was like, no way.
Yeah, your internet. You went full robot there.
Yeah, I went full Australia mode. Okay, dude, getting the full buff blocks there on from the Heinrich.
Okay, Heinrich straight into the Casio, and at this point, there's really just... nothing that Mo can do. Wait a second, that Lilith. Hold on, Lilith was not supposed to be unslept here. Wait a minute. We go straight into the bombs here.
Oh, we got full board bombs.
His pick of the litter. Who does he want to go for, though? Do you go for the Borgna because you're going to take a lot of damage, or do you go for the Tiamat because they might get that provoke on you? I'm not sure.
Sorry, my internet's playing buggery with me, so I just got distracted.
Yeah, that's fine. It seems like Casio got the bomb blown up on her, but it didn't stun her from what I can tell. This Lilith is getting absolutely blasted, too. She is really low.
And now we got the Born coming in. Is this going to kill the Lilith, though? No, it's not.
Wait,
just missing out.
Hold on. That did no damage. She just lived just fine.
Yeah, elemental disadvantage, plus she's a HP-based unit. I mean, you do have to build accuracy, which sacrifices some of that HP, but still.
Wow, so Lingluo, she's got a lot of work ahead of her. That's a pretty nice heal, getting the immunity and everything on that Lilith too.
Yeah, unfortunately missing all the other immunities and everyone else gets slept. That's a bit painful. The bomb's starting to explode here. Tiamat's going to cop the bomb as well. Now that Tiamat is on Amber though, so that Amber is such a huge thing, especially on Tiamat with the way it interacts with her. So if we get to see that proc, that'll be a fun interaction.
Yeah. Oh, we see the Lilith gets slept here. There's just so many debuffs going back and forth. The bombs exploding, stunning you, the sleep. But once all these debuffs clear, are we going to start seeing a huge amount of damage coming? Heinrich maybe just going for the skill 1 does not want to unsleep that Lilith. You absolutely do not want to.
Yeah, that's the big threat here. But we got the cleanse. Is the cleanse going to proc? Oh, got it on the second tick. Okay, so now that Lilith is back to being awake.
Back to Heinrich. No more buffs again.
Dude, that
counterattack actually doing...
With the Death Shred, that Death Shred being big, so... The waking of that Lilith into these bombs. This is a really balanced match. Absolutely loving this one.
Yeah, this Tiamat, she's still
the
stunned and has
Kaz.
another
Okay,
bomb.
blowing up the Kaz bomb, but not actually landing the stun there.
Yeah, that's the second time, too. They've tried to stun her twice, and neither one has worked.
Yep.
Okay, the thing is, though, this Tiamat is stunned and has the 2-turn bomb, which means she's controlled for the next turn as well. She's not going to get the next 2 turns.
It just means she's not going to be able to get the shield up to protect that Heinrich, and Heinrich's just going to drop. But Tiamat is still a massive threat in herself, even with all those stuns, because of the Amber, because you can cycle all these bombs. And now with the Amber change that it procs off stuns, Tiamat's still going to get a turn to swing around.
Yeah, definitely needs to heal up for preparation of Tiamat. And Heinrich now able to skill 2 because no one's asleep. Lilith's taking that turn.
But yeah, I'm really liking the Moz position here. We just got the sustain, which makes all the difference. Now, Born does have self-sustain as well, but if we lose this Kaz, it's going to be a lot to deal with.
Sorry, I didn't mean Viper, I meant Heinrich. We see the Borna stunned. Does Kazuyo have her skill up? No. Is this Tiamat actually going to ever be able to do anything here? I'm not so sure.
Oh, there's a transformation into the bomb stun. Yep.
Yep. This Lilith is completely controlling Charo's entire team.
Yeah, and it's one of those, once again, Lilith is one of those ones in the early game. It's like, you know, in PvP, you know, she's just getting out cleaved. You're not getting there. But in these longer drawn out fights, even when people have immunity, the control and damage she provides is just insane.
Yeah, she is just... The Tiamat never got to do anything the entire match just because Lilith was stacking so many bombs on her.
Yep. And that little chance on the basic attack to get the extra turn can be game-changing. So we will see the Amber interaction here. Removes all debuffs, puts her into that ice state. It's going to get her to another turn, but it's not going to be enough. She needed to get that earlier where she could have taken advantage and used her shield to protect the team, but unfortunately they just locked out all sustain from the team.
Yeah. I mean, Charo just played around this perfectly. He was just able to out-tank her. We saw the power of Ling Lu because even though you can't get buffed and she wasn't able to cleanse most of that, just taking its shield is all you really need to survive on a health skiller like Lilith.
Yep. So this is Moz that's getting the win here, isn't it? Moz is blue player?
And that's it.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, perfect. So that was the game one of this one going to Moz from Big, but that was another great game. The real power of Lilith really showing in that one. That was huge.
She just solo carried the entire team in terms of damage. She was doing everything. Obviously, she needed... But we see how much that she can do. You don't have to go a giant damage-dealing team. Sometimes just some control with a bit of damage, and the opponent feels helpless.
Yep. Oh, 100%. Came out really strong there. Okay, guys on YouTube, I think we're back to being good. My stupid Australian internet was really sketching for a minute there, but I think we're back to being good. Yeah,
I mean, that's just everyday Australian internet from what I've heard.
Oh, bro, it's so bad. It's dog shit. Okay, once again, just going straight for those healers off the bat. So that time Charo has counterpicked the Ling Luo, okay.
It seems like no matter what you first pick Ling Luo, they value this unit so highly, more than anything else in the game at the moment. Because, well, being able to cleanse some, having huge heals, and potentially building her really fast. And we see Lily this time. There's the Tiamat with Sanya again, and the Viper. This trio makes your team so bulky.
Yeah, definitely. And that once again, that's another Lighthouse Tiamat, that one. So opting for not the cheat death that the Amber brings, but just more sustain early on, which can help her get her stacks up as well. So definitely something to pay attention.
Cheat death is a good idea, but it didn't really do that much in the last match.
Yeah, it depends on the interactions. So sometimes if it works and you haven't transformed yet, you actually transform, go full gauge, get one turn, and then go back to base form. Like it's got very weird interactions with Tiamat, which sometimes can be clutch. But I kind of like the Lighthouse play more for a Tiamat in these more bruisery matches. The Amber's more of one for those like against cleave comms.
Yeah, that makes sense. And also, I noticed on Doki it has Codex, so would be able to use
The boost.
skill twice in a row. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 turns in a row. Fangus. Hold on.
Yeah, so Fangus is one of those outlier picks where you build him on heavy crit rate, crit damage, and like as you're attacking, he's just got that 50% chance to follow up with some big damage.
Wow, that's actually really interesting. And do you also know that Fangus is the loudest character in the entire game? Because when I was doing non-stop screaming and yelling the entire fight.
Didn't
Fun little
even know
fact.
that. That's hilarious. Okay, banning that Ling Luo, obviously getting it out of the way, letting them have the Lily with the Holden. Honestly, the Fangus could be super clutch in Charo's team in this one for that extra damage provided, because we got really good control. Like, the thing we lack is sustain. We don't even have a single artisan on the team. So it's going to come down to, I think Moz might have the wood here just based on the long match, unless we get super lucky. T-Mac getting banned there, okay. But now we have very little damage from Moz, so it's going to be one of those drag-out games of attrition, but the sustain up top is maybe too much.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they do also have a revive, and they have the Origami Guardian, giving so much damage reduction, too. It might make it really hard.
Look at those immunities as well.
Yeah, well, Heinrich, is he going to strip all that? Yep,
all
he
gone.
lands just about everything. Yep, no more buffs, but let's see. Right now we have Holden getting the turn. Is he going to go for the skill 2 potentially and try to push someone back?
I mean, do you just push that Doki? No, you push the Sanya. Okay.
We haven't seen Fangus go yet.
Because that Sanya's going to get just run straight back up.
All right.
Strip them.
Viper going, putting that attack down and slowing the entire team.
Okay,
Oh,
Fangus
hasn't.
Fangus missing the speed slow but getting the attack break kind of hurts. He would have rather it the other way around.
Absolutely. Yeah, Fangus also hasn't done anything yet. And it's like a 50% chance, right?
Yeah, it's a slot machine.
Okay, he goes for that skill 3.
Getting those AoE slows out.
The speed down is really big. There's so many debuffs on most side.
And those heal blocks coming out as well. But when you've got that many debuffs, I always say with Sanya, with the heal block, it's like okay because she cleanses before she heals. But now with that many debuffs, are you going to be able to land the ones you need?
Yeah, look at how many. They keep stacking up. They're getting smaller and smaller. And as silly as it is, Fangus doing a little bit of percentage damage is actually kind of nicer to something like Sanya out.
Yep, yeah, definitely. So the whole team's going to get to move here. Oh, wait, we have the Doki as well. So the Doki did gain those buffs. So she is going to cleanse, I believe it's 2, I think 3 max skilled. I can't remember the exact wording on it. But she does get cleansed at the start of each turn. And I guess that's where the Codex with Doki is nice because you get to double stack that.
Yeah, I mean, Doki needs to get the backup stacks to be able to cleanse, though.
Yep.
And she hasn't really had much of a chance to do that. It's kind of just like, can Mo survive long enough for Charo to... Because Charo doesn't have any sustain, but he really had Mo on the ropes at the beginning, it felt like, with how many debuffs he was putting on him and just slowly pushing him down.
Yeah, but that's always the thing with these attrition battles. It's like... You kind of, like, the longer the battle goes on with that, when you're the only one with heals, the better it looks for you.
Now, finally going. I was about to check this Fangus to make sure that he was even skill up because, he was been slacking the entire match.
Yep. Okay, so we got the twin trick over on that Holden now, and I think that's definitely the play. We used it as start on the Heinrich to get the block buffs out. Now we just kind of need to get some damage, so playing it through the Holden. And if you can get Lily to attack and then Holden death break, and then, you get the... Oh, here comes the Viper. Every little bit of damage really hurts in these ones too.
Don't really see what Charo can do here. It feels like an impossible task to break through all of this tankiness. A healer reviver that's super bulky, another support healer, Viper, who just adds tankiness, gives shields, and is slowly doing damage, and then Doki is just spam reducing your cooldowns and supporting the team. I don't think there's anything Charo can really do to fight back.
Yeah, it's one of those tough ones, like double healer versus no healer, and if you can't cleave or endlessly control, it becomes a rough fight.
As silly as it is, I think instead of Fangus, we needed to see Messiah. I think we needed a Lily Messiah nuke.
Yeah, it needed a bit more damage out there, yeah.
They're going so bruiser-minded, but I think this might have been a match where you can't go for a slow fight. You have to immediately nuke.
Yeah, I think with those bruiser comps, you need some sort of sustain. Like even I think in some of these bruiser teams, if like a Tiamat like heal over time plus shields is enough, you know what I mean. But having no sustain versus the amount of sustain on the enemy team is the big issue.
Yeah, definitely. It's just, I mean, as we can see, it's an impenetrable wall.
Yep.
This is the power of just the classic, I guess, at this point, Viper plus healer team.
Yep.
We've been seeing it so much, and it's really hard to break through this. Also, if you notice, both players are level 88.
Yeah, that's huge. That's max refresh to the max every day, not letting anything, not leaving anything wasted.
Yeah, no, they are not messing around at all. I don't really see how Charo can fight back here. I'm pretty sure he's just completely done. This Fangus, the moment he goes down, I mean, he's really a damage dealer, but he's not doing that much. And it's kind of all but over. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 2 crits and Fangus is gone, and there's no way Holden Lily is able to fight back here.
Yeah.
Really crazy that Sonya is the character that got hard nerfed, and we're seeing her in every single match.
And the big thing is, like, we got 3 SRs on this team, absolutely just stomping the game. So, like, the SR units in this game, really, really powerful.
Well, they're also just so much easier to build because you don't have to use the lattices on them. You get to use the purple ones, which are easier. So you get to distribute your stuff. So especially for a tournament like this, people don't have everything built. The game hasn't been out for a crazy long time. The 4-star units are so much more powerful because it's so much easier to build them up.
Yeah.
You can have so much more.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm in the situation where, like, I'm pretty happy with my gold lattice investment, and I've, like, stacked up, like, 8 of them, and I'm just desperate for more purples.
Yeah, I used a lot. When I played in the tournament last time, I prepared
Oh, yes.
very heavily, and I didn't need to.
Yeah, that's 100% the thing.
Yep, and this Lily going down to the healer, and it's just all up to Holden, apparently.
Yeah. Not wanting to not wanting to exit without making him earn it, apparently, by the looks of it. I guess maybe playing on the idea that now everyone has to attack Holden if he revenges every time. Maybe we clutch a kill, but I don't know. I don't know the theory here.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Now it's interesting just to see Doki, the value she's giving this team. She's giving 2% damage and speed, and 2 speed every stack, and she has 8 stacks. So she gives the whole team 16 speed and 16% damage, which is pretty nice, just extra value permanently.
Yes, and on top of that, like with her own buff, I always forget which one's backup dancer and which one's with her backup buff, you just get cleanse debuffs at the start of everyone's turn. It's just so damn huge.
Yeah, I think the longer this game is out, the more value Doki will have, because there's not many good cleansers in the game either. It seems to be one of the biggest problems, is being able to deal with some of these debuffs.
Yeah, I feel like this game compared to similar type games is what it's done is it hasn't made like those overpowered cleansers and strippers. Like obviously Heinrich's really good, but there's no remove all buffs from all enemies. There's no remove all debuffs from all allies. It's like, you know, everything like, leaves you a window to still have stuff applied.
Well, things are also much more simple. Someone like Heinrich, he strips the buffs and puts unbuffable, but he doesn't like stun you or apply some crazy debuff. Like, once more cleansers come in, he's not going to be as much of a threat.
Yep, and that game 2 going to Moz, and that is going to be the match over. So we are going to go into game 3 again. So match 1 went to Pridewin with Hakori over Shiny. Match 2 has just gone to Moz from Big over Charo from Pridewin. And so we are going to go into game number 3. Let me double check who is left from both of those teams. So that is going to be Seizo from Team Big. Seizo versus Bear from Pride Win.
Got in there. Big Bear Gazo. All right, so we saw last tournament, Seizo, he was probably the strongest person in the last tournament, and he was very prepared.
Yep.
Going for the first pick, Lily. We don't know enough about Gazo right now, but we do know both teams are very strong.
Yeah, so, and Seizo, once again, another creator. Definitely go check the man out. He's a great bloke as well. But yeah, Bear does a lot of work over in Prodwin as well, so I've seen some great stuff out of him, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get some good picks, but he's running out of time on this first pick. Okay, there goes the Ling Luo. We've seen that.
You had to think that long to pick the best first pick apparently in the game, according to a lot of the...
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these high-end players, they are getting around that Ling Luo very fast. Now, I don't know if the Ling Luo's on her PvE build, because often you are using the bird with in Aurora. But I don't think I've seen it as much in PvP, but we'll have to wait and see. We got double codexes up top. We got the Messiah opting with the attack buff as well, which is going to give him even extra cleave.
Yes, Shizo's going just for really aggressive cleave team right here. The double codex is crazy to me.
Yeah. Now it's going to be curious. Like once again, do we have Bloodbath on these things from Bear? Like that's going to be the big thing, because often with this Bruiser meta, if you've got Bloodbath, like you live cleave and then cleave's done. So
might need to pick a Tiamat in the team for Big Bear Gazo. I feel like just a really bulky kind of character that can carry the game and also help you tank.
Yep, definitely. So
third codex on Seishizo's team with that Heinrich being able to use the skill twice in a row, 3 of them so far.
Now, I know from the previous tournament, Seizo was also big on Bulwark sets, so I'm not sure if he's going to have that as well, which I'm assuming he's probably going to outspeed this match anyway, so it's not going to be the most important. But yeah, I do think we see like a Tiamat or a Holden or something like that come out from Bear on this one, or maybe even a second sustain, just to, emphasize, if you don't kill me first turn, I win. But he does go with a DPS. Okay. We get the Rosa.
Revelation Rosa. They do have 2 cleansers, but are you going to live long enough to be able to... Now, I wonder, is this Heinrich... Is he a damage-dealing Heinrich? Because if Messiah gets banned, you don't have a crazy amount of damage here.
Yeah, but you do still have all the damage amplification from the...
He does get banned.
Yeah, see, Lily with Mio, if you get stripped, that's a bad situation, because those are cycling super fast. So Lily plus control is like another massive threat.
And Kloss.
Okay,
There's just so much. Well, look at this turn order. I wonder if Lily doesn't want to use skill 2. You might hold the skill 2 to be able to land that defense break straight into the Heinrich if you land enough debuffs.
Well, I mean, you can use Lily's skill 2 on the Mio straight away, because Mio's already used her turn. And I think that's kind of the play here. Codex on the Lily is maybe for the extra speed that you can get out of it. Yeah, so that going on the Mio.
Yeah. That's a very good point. Being able to just push up again is so nice.
Okay, now we do have...
Gonna do here?
We will have the chance to cleanse these as well. So let's see if we can...
Supernova.
Yeah, so that increases the healing. If they're below 60, it lets you get the heal over time. Like I said, it's more of a PvE type shell, I think. But once again, I'm not sitting in the high ranks of the arena. Okay, ops to save it. I'm not going to risk trying to cleanse that stuff.
Yeah, there's just too many debuffs, but is he going to go for the skill 2 to try and freeze the entire team?
I think the skill 2's the play.
Or just try to lap them.
No, okay.
Oh, okay.
Must be targeting Viper. Yeah, the big pushback going on the Viper, which it looks like enough. Unfortunately, you do get the silence out of that revenge.
Yeah, it does look like he's going to lap, and now going for a skill reset here. Cooldown increase.
Okay, Rahu was the only one that didn't get it.
Yeah. Wait, Ling Luo not being able to use any abilities here, that's a huge problem.
Yeah, once again, it's that power of... Dude gets the freeze as well. It's the power of the Lily plus control unit. It's so much brutal lockout that it provides.
just working him down, and now Lily gets to use skill 2 again.
And then
just
skill 3
lacking
again
so
on the Mare or the freeze, whichever one you want, take your pick. Unfortunately, missing 2 of those freezes, but once again, even though you don't have the giga damage in this team, you can just lock out and get through. Now, the thing is, you just don't want that Linglo to take a turn, and you're pretty much good. And with all these debuffs,
another freeze coming in, and now skill 3 again.
Yeah.
Just not able to take a single turn. Such a low damage team, just hard controlling him.
Yep.
God, this Heinrich, even though he's so low damage, realistically, it just doesn't matter because you have a million debuffs and you can't take a turn.
Yep.
Oh, Viper countering actually...
Speed slow's handy, but I think it's just too late for that.
Yeah, because if it happened earlier, though...
Yeah.
Well...
Yeah, Linglo finally getting to use that skill 3. I guess maybe the only other thing Bear could have done different was use that Linglo skill 3 on the first turn to try and cleanse those block buffs, maybe get something out of it. But yeah, that was just... The outspeeding with a Lily plus control is just a huge thing to try and deal with.
So, the Rosa wasn't really all that useful, and he had enough damage if he was able to bulk up, so maybe he needed, I don't know, another cleanser or support or healer of some sort to be able to survive that, but I'm not even sure what he could have picked. It seemed like Seishizo's team was just so solid. You don't get a turn.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see Seishizo's speed, because I'm assuming his speed must be huge. He's at level 86. He's done some serious farming.
And he's on the White Fang, so he probably has a double speed set on the Lily as well.
Well, so this is Bear that's just picked the Lily. So Bear has counterpicked that Lily.
Sorry.
Yeah. So Seishizo's one was on the Codex, which once again you can get the double speeds.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. The good thing about Codex is you can get both Swift Raid and Swift Smite, so you get both of those plus 15 speed, so it's easier to just try and get one with Swift Rush and then build together your sets for speed.
I've seen a bit of a swap, and Heinrich's actually using that shell? I don't remember the name.
That's the one that extends the duration of debuffs besides control debuffs and poisons.
Yeah, so he's going for more turns of unbuffable.
Yep. And so we basically got the counter pick on the first 2 units there for Bear, stealing them away from Seishizo. Now, I'd say your play is going to be to ban that Mio early on, depending on what the remaining 2 is. If Seishizo gets another DPS, then do you just go for the Mio ban and risk it? Ooh, the Kaz.
He's going for more control. More control. He really likes that. Immediately picks that Doki.
Yeah.
Gazo was like, I am not letting this happen.
I'm not getting shoved by that again. So Bear has the Born as well, which would have been probably a better pick than the Rosa maybe last game, just because of the tankiness of him. But I think the Born is going to put in some work in this one too.
Now I got some information here. Apparently Seishizo used all of his stamina during the 2x event on Inferno Doki, just for speed. Everything.
Okay, yeah, and I think he was a Ramoka abuser, so he had this the fast cleave team, so he would have been able to burn it all. I tried, dude. I still have like 50 stamina refills left. I just couldn't farm Inferno fast enough.
Wow. Yeah, we see the Rosa coming out again.
I mean, he must be invested in that Rosa, and that Rosa must slap if she gets to use a skill 3 with Revelation. The Vice, thank you, Seishizo, coming through with the Vice. Can I just say, Vice is a huge tech. AoE attack break and pushback, plus the basic attack taunt can really disrupt things.
I've heard some good things about this unit, but I haven't actually seen him in play yet.
See, yeah, exciting. I've been using him everywhere on my new account. Like, he's been like my main man. Okay, so the Lily and Mio getting banned here. So how fast is that Kaz is my question. Was there immunity as well? Okay, Heinrich is the fastest. Okay, and there's a bunch of immunities on board.
I'm not sure if it'll matter though.
Okay.
Landing almost every unbuffable.
Yep.
Wow, that was a crazy animation.
Okay, getting that sleep out. Linglo, do you use the skill 2 just to try and cleanse this stuff?
You might just do that. Well,
maybe use skill 2 to cleanse this turn and then save the big heal.
Oh, just just decides to opt for the skill 1. Just wants to be really conservative with their ability.
So the big thing here is the Doki. So now Doki is going to be able to cleanse these two when they take their turn, the Heinrich and Rosa. So they are going to get an attack. We're going to get a big hit out of Born here. Then we get the Messiah coming back, which is going to be... How hard can this Messiah hit?
Really hurt. Well, they're also asleep, so they're going to take even more damage. Can you even survive it? He's alive.
And he gets the attack buff.
I think this might be over. I don't think you're surviving this.
And that right there, that Rosa is 100% on Bloodbath. You're not going to convince me otherwise. There's no way that Rosa survives that without Bloodbath.
Wait, this Rosa? How much damage is she going to do?
Yeah, I think her Revelation's going to nuke. I think you go in on the Kaz as well. You don't even need to worry about the CC though, because there's the big damage. Oh, and knocking it out. That's why he has been persistent on that Rosa. That Rosa is built. That
Rosa survived a Messiah while asleep and is able to do that much damage. She is just the biggest carry possible. That was insane.
Yeah, I think that must be a Bloodbath play. You can't be not using Bloodbath on that. And then once again, Doki not caring about those debuffs. As soon as she takes the turn, it's cleansed.
The only one left is...
I mean, no, I'm not even kidding here. Vice is a threat because he heals himself every time he lands a debuff. He double hits with his skill 1 on a taunt and he AoE's attack break. So he just full heals everything he does. I think this is going to come down to a 1v1 of Born versus Vice.
Wow, wait, you might be right. Wait a minute.
Because they both have sustain.
Is he gonna solo carry?
Yeah, so this is the thing. Vice and Born both have the sustain. Born's is less though because it's on the basic.
Yeah.
And so he's going to stop the Born using that skill 3 and he's going to keep healing himself. But the problem is I don't know how much Born heals because he heals based on his damage. And this is going to be a huge showing. This is going to be a huge showing. No way.
He gets the shield.
He's got the Artisan as well. He missed. No, he missed the debuffs there. Okay, he needs to land debuffs to heal. That's the problem. And he missed them both again. No, not enough accuracy. He's going to use the skill 3 here. Lands one of them, gets the 25% heal.
Yeah, he needs a lot more than that though.
No, he doesn't, because they are getting super damn low. Now, if this Born kills with the skill 3 here and the shell, that's going to be it. But besides that, okay. Dude, it was honestly 2 turns in a row missing the 2 taunts. Yeah. That's what cost him, but that could have been a massive showing from that Vice. That was a good little finish there.
I think it was a massive showing. I think a lot of people might have seen that and gone, wait a second, this guy's kind of cool. I kind of want to try that.
Yeah, that was a great game. Once again, going into a game 3, this is huge. Hopefully they play some faster games in the next round because I got my son's footy to get to eventually.
I want to see Vice again though. I don't know. That was really close right there.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, that basic attack does 2 hits of chance to apply taunt, and if both hits would like say, if both of them land the taunt, then you get a 50% heal.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a nice surprise at the end there. It's kind of like a an anchor sort of unit where you know the rest of your team is going to die, but this character can carry your team and the opponent isn't prepared for it.
The thing that he has is that basic attack taunt. So you can, it's great to lock out single units in the game. Plus the gauge pushback. He's got a gauge pushback on skill 3 with the attack down. Just a solid kit. And don't forget, if he's max HP, that 25% of his max HP heal will get healed to the lowest ally. So
yeah, apparently, like, yeah, he overheals it all the way to the allies, so he actually can really pop off. If he had a little bit more support there, he probably would have just easily taken it. Wow, look at this. The Viper is on the Count shell, giving him a lot of attack and leech. That's a little bit surprising. We haven't seen that yet.
Maybe, DPS one from Seizo.
We're starting to see some different shells on some of these characters, and I think that's something that's actually really cool about shells in this game, is there's a lot of variety you can do. There's different builds, and they can really
Yeah.
It's running out of time. See, Seizo opting for the Kloss at the very end.
I wonder if that was an auto
More
pick or
control.
whether that was his pick. But I mean, Kloss is still a fairly solid option into there because once again, you got that Lily Messiah, and then you got what looks to be a DPS Viper. So you've got 2 damage options, 2 and 3 fast options, plus the debuffs. But once again, Bear's team looking incredibly solid as well.
It's just like the first match, what say Seizo has. Like, you either ban my damage and I hard, or you ban some of the control and then I kill you with Messiah.
Yeah.
So I think he has to ban Messiah. I don't think he really has much of a choice.
I mean, Bloodbath's the thing. We saw that I think Bear has Bloodbath sets. I'd be banning the Mio, getting rid of that control. Yeah, so the Mio to me was like, that is the biggest threat on the team if I am equipped with Bloodbath. Because everyone's pretty bruisery. It's a support Heinrich. Everyone's tanky. And if you're on Bloodbath, everyone there is living the Messiah.
And I think it's really important as well that the Kloss is slower than the Lily.
Yeah.
Because it won't be able to land any defense downs. Actually, there's 3 bulwark sets, so maybe it wouldn't have mattered either way.
Yeah, so this is I mean, okay, still goes to the skill 3.
I think you kind of have to, because you know that you're going to skill 3 on Messiah and you want to just take out this Heinrich immediately.
Yeah. So let's see the strip. Okay, gets everything on everyone. Okay, dude, that DPS Viper revenge coming out though.
Hold on, they get the heal and might be able to remove that defense break.
Doesn't
no defense
get
break
rid of
removal.
It. Doesn't matter. We're ignoring 70% of that stuff anyway. So like the threat's still there. It's just, do we have the right sets? Okay, that's honestly not the end of the world. I feel like Heinrich put in some work already, but this is the second hit coming in from that DPS Viper. Look at the Rahu getting monstered.
Yeah. I think it is kind of the end of the world right now, is how it's how much damage is coming out here. And then Borgna is not doing enough at all. Messiah's
and then we're
going
to get the steal here. The Lily's going to advance, going to reset cooldowns, kill the Rahu as well.
No way he's getting this turn. He is gone. I think you maybe just...
Oh, wait, he's on Codex as well, so he could have used the skill 2 to advance. But yeah, we're just going to boost that Messiah. Messiah's going to cleave, and that's game. Well, I guess I was wrong on the Mio ban. I guess, honestly, everything was a threat. But look at that Born. Look at that Born being able to live through that. Unfortunately, it is still done for Born, but...
I think Seizo's draft was just too solid. You either get controlled or you get killed by Messiah. I don't think there's anything that Big Bear Gotham could do there.
Yeah.
I think he had to take one of those core units or this happens.
Yeah, that was huge. So congrats to Seizo. Well done from Big Bear as well. So that is going to be Team Big getting the win. Pride Win took the first win with Hakori over Shiny. Then the next 2 went to Big with Moz over Charo and Seizo over Bear. So that means in the finals, we're going to have Oasis versus Team Big.
So far, the matches have been pretty equal.
There's
more equal.
Has there been a clean sweep yet?
There might have been. I think there was 1-2-0. I think Hakori maybe.
Maybe it was Divy and Shinya was the only one, I think. But yeah, like these games have been in general like really strong matches.
I was a little bit worried too that it might be a little bit unbalanced or something, but after seeing these, I'm like, wow.
Yeah. So we'll just wait and get the team pairings, and then we'll get into it. Yeah, I feel like this tournament, now that we've had a bit longer to get into it, and like people have more things built better, it's definitely, you're starting to see the value in some different characters, which is great.
It's interesting to see the evolution of the meta, kind of. As people have more materials to build characters, as they actually have here, we already see such a huge shift from the first one, but we're still seeing some cleave, like what Seizo just did there.
Yep. Well, yeah, I mean, if you got to dump all your stamina into farming Inferno Doki, like you're gonna start slapping some stuff hard.
Okay, we have one of the players, I believe.
Okay, all right, so
we just need the other one.
Write this down so we've got this all sorted.
Make sure that everything's set.
So Team Big has put in their player. And it's one of those ones now that you've seen everyone play, you kind of get into that position of, okay, who are we going to put first? Are they going to put their strongest first? But having said that, both these teams had a really strong roster across the board.
Yeah. You have to look back through the VOD. Okay, what did this guy use?
Yeah.
Who's going to be good against him? Like, do we have...
Listen, I'm going to say these guys are probably in group calls, and they'd probably be taking notes along the way about everything. Because you don't get this sweaty without getting super competitive. So we have
absolutely
Yama versus Shiny. So Yama from Oasis and Shiny from Team Big.
First pick Rahu immediately coming out, and we see the classic Ling Luo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Now we're going
second.
for the speed. Okay, I was expecting full bruiser, but we've shifted the mix. Now I do remember, I think it was Yama before, you know, using that combo of the Marvel and the Mio. So
was he trying to trick him by drawing him in with the Rahu first pick to have him do that?
No idea, but Shiny going super sustained tanky here.
At this point, I could see Viper from Shiny potentially. I feel almost as though now Yama has to commit to a super aggressive playstyle or he's just going to lose.
Yeah,
He has to like cleave him.
Yeah, which means that Rahu kind of... Okay, we're going a bit of a balanced play there from Yama.
I'm not sure if I like this because if Lilith even gets a single skill off, it could just almost be over. And you have so much sustain.
Yeah, I can't remember who was on immunity sets now, so we just got to go in and see. But, you know, you got Viper and Holden to strip to allow that Lilith to place bombs. I feel like Lilith is almost the biggest threat, but then you're also at threat of having them ban your Chiaki and then leaving them with two healers. It's once again, because you don't know what they're going to ban, it completely changes what you would pick. But...
If he has immunity, then Marvel and Mio can't really contribute that much here. And Shiny's just going to get way too ahead.
Okay, getting rid of the Sanya. Okay, that's...
Yeah, doesn't want the revive.
Yeah. I guess,
And
but we got
like you were
block revives with the Hoyan, so I'm not too sure. I'm very unsure on this one. I think it's going to come down to, is this the super fast Ling Luo that we saw before that could maybe outspeed, but I doubt it. Okay, it's going to be Marvel Mio. Yeah. We have three immunities though. We have three immunities. Holden's the only one getting hit by this stuff. So that is the big thing against these speed teams, is if you're running speed debuffs, it's not really working as well if you're only hitting one unit.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what he can do. Honestly, I think Yama is kind of cooked here because he doesn't really win in the long match at all. And Lilith's about to take the turn with the bombs, and then Viper gets the turn after. You're going to be slowed, you're going to be CC'd, and you're just going to get worked down.
And the huge thing with Ling Luo as well, when you got so many immunity sets, you just use skill 2, extends those immunities, and then you get to replace immunity on her next turn if you want to, which is huge.
Yeah, and well, who are you going to blow up?
Do you lock out the Hoyan here?
I feel like maybe you do, just because she hasn't gotten attacked down yet by Viper.
Because she's going to move next. Yep.
We finally see a stun as well. Every time Lilith's tried to go for that, we always wonder who actually got bombed because it keeps getting resisted.
Yep.
And now we see Viper actually getting the turn, and the moment this attack down lands, just no damage is ever going to be dealt.
Yeah, okay, it's still not landing. But yeah, I don't see an out here for Yama. I just think this is just a real solid team. And this Lilith, I think there's a lot of people who've pulled the Lilith and gone, is she really that good? I think this is her getting a really good showing.
Yeah. Well, it shows that she can not only be a DPS, but also supporting the entire team by stunning the opponent, right?
Yeah.
She's doing both of them at the same time. She can solo carry your entire team as long.
Yeah.
You don't have to pick these huge damage units like Hoyan or anything like that. You can go for damage units like Lilith and Viper, grind out the match and win.
Yep. Can we see an extra turn here? An extra turn or two? Because the bombs are about to explode as well. Don't forget that. So all three of these non-stun characters have bombs ready to explode. So you just poke into the Hoyan, get her out of the way, and then it's pretty much it. Now, you just got to be careful. You probably don't want Viper to be the one to proc the revenge on the Hoyan. Probably, actually, you could reset the Hoyan here so she can't even use her passive. Let's see. Yeah, so if you use skill 2 on the Hoyan and increase her cooldowns, you're pretty much good.
Well, the thing is, I think at this point, Hoyan's just not really able to fight back even. Because let's pretend she even just takes out the Viper, just one-shots him. Are you really going to take out this Holden and Lilith with Limbo support?
It's still pretty much there, yeah. So here it comes. But yeah, on the Holden, it's not a big threat anyway.
I did nothing.
Holden's just too tanky.
And he's on Bloodbath too. There's just no way he's going to get taken out.
That's huge.
This was just a complete slaughter of a match, I think. Yama's team just seemed to not have the cohesiveness that Shiny's did. He kind of seemed to flip-flop between two separate teams, while Shiny's was just super coherent, bulky, tank down control.
And once again, that's what happens in RTA, which a lot of people say these games, you know, it's fastest wins and it's just speed. And it is like that in the early game. Once you get here, it's like those bruiser comps just mesh so well with any other bruisers, I find. And whereas the speed comps, you've really got to have all the pieces, and the other team's not got to. One, you can't get counterpicked into the units, and then you can't get them banned. So it's like in RTA, that speed cleave just becomes less reliable.
I'm really surprised he went for the Rahu first pick again. Is that because Shiny relies on it a lot? Take it, or is he going for something else? And he takes the Hoya on this. Away from it.
Got the Lily pick as well. Now the Lily on the Gigabyte means it's not going to be as fast as possible. But we don't have like. I feel like I can't remember. Was Shiny's Ling Low fast?
It wasn't crazy fast from what I remember, but I might be wrong. I might be wrong this.
Okay.
Oh, so it looks like what Yama's doing is saying, I'm going to have 3 artisan shields. Just all this shell coming out. I think the Chiaki's probably going to get banned, right? And we see the Lilith immediately.
Yeah, not dealing with that. But yeah, you just ban the Chiaki here, assuming, like, I mean, obviously we know the ban already, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the problem here is it's pretty difficult to break through this. You have Viper and Holden with 2 sustains. How do you actually take them out? And yep, we see the Chiaki taken out. This could be difficult.
I mean, I guess, like, and we saw how. I was about to say, because we saw the Hoyan into the Holden last match, but it was the opposite Hoyans and Holdens. So I don't know where these guys are at, because we've gone the counter picks.
I don't know about this one. We just see immediately the stun on Holden. Poor little guy doesn't get a chance to take a turn yet.
But I don't know where his health's at, because he might get a cleanse here. He might get a cleanse from both Sanya and Lingloro, but I think Lingloro might be lower than him, so that's where the Sanya cleanse might go.
We see the Rahu pushed up, just get that defense buff. How much damage does this do, though?
Honestly, respect a little bit. Considering it's early game and he hasn't had time to stack, it's actually quite reasonable.
True. And also against a really bulky team, just in general.
Yep.
So Sonya kind of thinking like...
do you do skill 3 on Viper to guarantee the cleanse coming onto the Holden? Because I don't know Holden's health pool versus the Lingloro health pool. Use it on herself just to get the increased HP for bigger healing. Yeah, that's a play.
Yeah. Going for the long match, I think you have to think about, like, what's my win condition? And I think Shiny knows I should just play for the long game because I can survive what...
Or getting the double cleanse there on that one too is nice.
Yeah, now we see Hoyan go, but we didn't really see Hoyan do a whole lot last time.
Yeah, but this is the other Hoyan, so I don't know what his is built like.
Well, it better have a lot of damage, because otherwise this Viper is definitely going to survive.
Yeah, it's like, do you go the Viper? Do you go the Lingloro maybe even? Yeah, that's the Viper. Just
on the Viper Bloodbath.
Nowhere near enough, yeah.
Yeah, Bloodbath's just doing so much work. He's at 62% health still. And now Holden putting that attack down.
Oh, dude, just massive damage out of that one on the Hoyan. I guess Hoyan did sacrifice a fair bit of her own, so she was low, but just, I don't know, I think that's just going to be tough. Because Viper's not even going to get touched by this Hoyan if he uses his skill 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you can kind of just rip it, because Hoyan has attack down, so is she really going to be that much of a you? I don't know if it even matters at this point. She's thinking really hard. He goes to the skill 3.
Procs it.
Alright, let's see what she does. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, lives it pretty fine.
Tanks that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Lily's able to use that skill 3, but what does Mio have up right now? Skill 3.
Dude, the power of that Bloodbath set is huge, and we're really seeing that come through.
Okay, Rahu has the chance to finish off Viper, and that would be really big. He does take him out.
Okay.
That's really big.
That was through that Bloodbath, because the last hit, like, you saw the Bloodbath proc, and it didn't look like it did that much, but dude, that was a big hit. Maybe it was a crit difference. I didn't see if the last one was the crit.
But the problem is here, it took him all this time to take out pretty much the least tanky unit on the team.
And don't forget, we got the revive to come back too, because it wasn't Hoyan that got the kill. So now you really need to nuke that Sanya. We do have 3 turns though on cooldown.
Yeah, but the problem is they're all slowed. So Shiny's team is just going to be lapping them. It's going to be a little bit faster right here. And she might get that skill up because you have 2 healers. How do you kill a giant tank like this that heals themselves and has another healer with increased HP from and Gigabyte? I don't think it's possible.
Well, I mean, if you do, what's Mio's cooldowns at? Where's Mio? Okay, Mio's got another turn. Yeah,
she needs more time. I don't think she has her skills maxed possibly, or maybe I'm wrong. But Rahu going for skill 3. He does a nice chunk of damage, just like you said before. That Sonya's definitely taken a significant amount, but look at her health.
Oh, and down goes the Hoyan.
Yeah.
If we get the freeze, didn't get the freeze either. The Gigabyte comes through, double healers into the revive. I think that's kind of the pivotal point there. I think if that freeze came out on the Sanya, it could have been way different.
Yeah. Shiny was really trying to...
I mean, we did have the cleanse, though, as well, that came out from Ling Luo, so...
Shiny was just going for a super long match. He knew, as long as I drag this out a little bit, it's over. Yama was trying to rush down, but just really didn't have the damage. And I think part of the problem is the disconnect between having Rahu and Hoyan. I think he really just needed pure damage, someone like Messiah or someone that can just completely nuke. Because, I mean, that did 16,000, which was really good, but... it just feels like Rahu doesn't really fit with how aggressive he's trying to play. And Viper's back.
And unfortunately, the immunity's on 2 of them. Missing the freeze on the Viper, getting into the revenge as well.
Yeah, Sonny got finally stunned, but it's a little bit too late. Actually, this Viper's already so hurt, he's gone. He's gone again. Goodbye, Viper. Wait a minute. Hold on. And I mean, maybe I should take back everything I said. Maybe this Rahu is going to scale so hard in this match.
Yeah, I mean, Rahu is the late game specialist, and don't forget those artisan shields just keep getting bigger. And when we get the extra cooldown reductions from the Lily, like you can get more uptime on that as well. So, Mio's got her skill 3 up, doesn't she? 1 turn away. Okay, and Mio's skill 2 is not maxed. You were correct earlier because it's got a 4-turn cooldown.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. How many lattices could one man have? There's no...
It is true.
Goes to that skill 3 right here. Does push back that Sonya a bunch. But you see that counterattack into the break, though. Pretty nice. Lily has skill 3, but is she just going to go for the skill 1 connected to Rahu? Goes to the skill 3.
It landed on the Sanya. The others 2 had the immunity. Oh, dude, that revenge hurts.
She's about to get taken out. Just one more hit.
Oh, Rahu, there it is. There's the artisan shield, giving her a little bit more time. Going in with the defense buff as well. Yeah, it's not going to be enough.
Oh, that's huge. Landed the defense down on Rahu. Since he scales off defense, that actually reduces damage by a ton. Sonya
And the big thing is, like look at the shells stacking up on this team. So don't forget that when Linglo heals with those shells, which happens at the start of your turn, it can also cleanse on her passive. So like, you're just not getting any freezes in with that Mio.
Oh my, look at that Linglo's health. That's with a defense broken Rahu.
Yeah.
So he has reduced damage, and he did like more than a third of her health bar in a single hit. Lily's barely
And another
on.
shield coming out, dude. Just getting these artisans to carry.
Oh my god, who needs support when you have Artisan? It does everything.
Yeah, let's see now. Let's have a quick look at the cooldown on the next artisan. We got max cooldowns on both artisans, so unfortunately,
Lily pushing that Rahu up. Oh my god, the damage of Rahu. He's scaling so hard.
yeah, dude. Because now it's like, do you revive the do you revive the Viper knowing that he's gonna get tapped?
Yeah, I think I was wrong earlier completely. This Rahu, how are you gonna kill him? Let's pretend you kill the Lily. Can you beat this Rahu fast enough? Oh my god, a full team
Full freeze, but we do have those. How did they not proc a cleanse there?
And this giant nuke comes in with from Rahu.
Dude,
Rahu
so
gets the turn.
this is the big turnaround with Rahu. Dude, you know what the crazy thing is? How many times that Lily has been saved by the bloody artisans. Yep. And now we get the reductions. Yep. Oh, this is such a flip.
Yeah, what an insane
See you later. Oh, dude.
The whole time, I thought Shiny was just waiting for the late game, but it turns out Yama was...
Okay, the death shred goes on there, but like once again, just cycling those shields, protecting that Lily. Now, what's Holden's cooldowns looking like? Nah, he's on cooldown.
Who cares what Holden's gonna do? This is the Rahu. Rahu is gonna solo this entire thing.
Boom! Oh, dude.
The triple artisan doing so much work.
After we just spent 5 minutes just talking about Yama's unbalanced team, and he just turns it around with the Rahu in the late game. There goes the Lily. Okay, so once again, this is still turnaroundable. If that a word, holy shit. CC, if we land these freezes, okay, that's gonna be it.
Another artisan shield. Okay, I'm starting to think this artisan shield might be a bit too good. It's kind of like an infinite. Oh, there it is. Another one.
Just the cheat code, like yeah. Dude, the turnaround with that Rahu late game scaling is just massive. I guess on my new account, my last 2 pulls have been dupe Rahus, so he's sitting at 2 dupes. We're gonna start cranking this guy up.
Seems to be the ultimate hyper carry in these fights. And the defense buff is also so big. Giving your whole team defense buff while doing damage is just insane. And we see another artisan. Make it stop. Yep. Stop the artisan. And Holden is gone. Another artisan. Just
out-sustaining double healers. That's huge. Honestly, that was an amazing match. That's probably been my favorite one so far. Besides the Vice one, if Vice would have won. But that is huge. So Yama taking a game now. That is 1-1. Now we go into the decider.
Yeah, the only downside to that match is you're going to miss your kid's game.
No, I've got... He starts in 2 hours and 40 minutes, so I think I'm going to be good.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
There's no way it's going to take that long.
Yeah.
Artisan went crazy. I was completely wrong with the setup. I thought there was no way that he would be able to bring it back, but that Rahu just...
And Shiny going, no, we ain't having that shit again. We're taking that away.
Yeah. Hell no, dude. There's no way I'm like... And immediately Yama goes, all right, I'm going to take the Linglo.
Dude, these counter picks. But that Holden is not 6-star yet. That's the one thing to note.
Oh, you're right. Neither is the Linglo. Neither of them is actually maxed out. Just remember, if Artisan gets nerfed, we know why.
No, please. You cannot nerf Artisan. It's the cornerstone of my PvE strats, man. That is never happening.
Only in PvP.
Oh, dude.
This Artisan is... Who needs a healer? You have a 5th member of your team. It's this bear with a cannon. He does all the work.
Yeah.
Okay, we see double Artisan on the bottom with a healer.
Okay, getting that Lily combined with that Rahu again.
Yeah,
But this
Shiny's
time on
kinda like,
Shiny's
"Hey, I
team,
kinda
not
like what
Yama's
you did."
team. Yeah, we're sort of going, wait, how did you do that again?
Yeah, he's like, huh, I kind of. What if I pick those units? But what's gonna happen here? Oh, and Borgnavin taking at the last pick with his 2 dogs.
Now, what do we got? We got healer, we got control. There is a lot of immunity out there. So the Mio value kind of drops in this one with how much immunity these teams have had.
Marvel. Wow, really trying to go for the control again. I mean, we saw how much value Mio had in. Oh, never mind. Swap Sachiaki, and guess what? They're on a triple artisan bot team with the Lingluo.
Okay, getting rid of that Rahu.
Yeah, he knows the power of Rahu. He just wrecked with it. So
yeah, I was gonna say, do you still just ban the Mio in this situation? You've got a little bit of sustain. You've got the Lily for advancement, and you got big damage out of Born, and then so you got double strips as well on this team. Dude,
you're not letting that through.
I'm gonna say I kind of like Shiny. It just depends on what this Hoyan can do. That's fast Chiaki. Yeah,
and
the
I would've
Chiaki
pushed enough up before.
Yeah, Chiaki cuts it. Putting that mitigation
that
up.
origami shield. Yeah, and that mitigation is huge. It's 35%, I think, right? Yeah. Wow.
So
yeah,
we strip with Born and just deal as much as we can. Now, the thing with Born is, do you try and hold his skill 3 because you can ignore passive? So get some damage into that Hoyan before you use his skill 3 so you can kill that Hoyan without her proccing it. I'd say that is the question that you're kind of posing to yourself at this stage.
Nope.
Go straight forward.
He rips it. I think because Lily
we got the Lily reset. Yeah, we got the Lily reset. Unfortunately, not stripping the origami off of the Hoyan. Oh, there it goes. It's gone now.
Yeah. It might... Well, yeah, they were able to take it off. After,
yeah, because it's on the hit. Yeah, so that's the one downfall. But so you get the heal up. So we're still not going to be able to kill that Hoyan. And now, is that Hoyan going to tap? No.
That didn't really do a crazy amount of damage.
I didn't see the text. Was that a blood? Was that blood? Yeah, it's bloodbath. Yeah.
Yeah.
So bloodbath mitigating that damage.
Bloodbath Viper goes crazy here. And now that attack down on...
yep. And now, so Born is going to be able to hit it. Now, also, if we reset cooldowns, it's like just ignored as well. So let's see what happens here. Let's watch the cooldowns. Yeah, so we increased...
Did that land on the Lingluo?
We had...
it did, I think.
Lingluo's, yeah, +1. Yep. And also the Hoyan's +1 on her passive as well, so... Regardless, we get to deal with that, but I mean, we're going to deal with it anyway with the Born. Yeah, I mean, Born's got skill 3 up.
Holden just goes for... Well, he could skill 2. The Born, if you wanted to push him back so that Hoyan is safe. Oh, no!
Goes for it and misses both activations. Oh
my god. That is so unfortunate.
Dude, that damage on the Holden as well. Dude, that was massive from the Born.
How did he hit that hard? That was insane. He killed both.
All right, so that's game 2 going to Shiny, which means match 1 goes to Team Big with Shiny over Yama. But once again, massive props to these two players. Did absolutely fantastic. Once again, going to match 3 again.
He needed his Rahu. He really needed that Rahu.
Dude, that Rahu was huge. That was a great match.
That the pushback didn't happen, but it might have been over either way. Seeing how much damage that did. All right, so what's the next matchup right here?
Yeah, waiting for the final players to be chosen.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got hit with the 10%, but that seems odd. I don't think it could have been 10% because that was 2 hits, right? So maybe he actually has resist on the board. And there's no accuracy on the Holden, because otherwise, are you telling me that a 1 in 100 chance happened to 10%? Seems a bit odd, right?
Yeah, I mean, Holden's also very skill up dependent as well, especially for that skill 2. Like, I don't know where the investment was.
That's very true as well. Okay, we see Seizo versus Dragon in this final match between the teams, right?
So Seizo from Big and Dragon from Oasis.
All right. So Dragon's got first pick. Is he going to prioritize something like Lily?
Are we going to go back to that? Get the Rahu picks happening.
Oh.
Okay, we're going the Messiah. Okay, we're
Yeah.
going back for some big DPS.
I like Dragon's playstyle, just full speed, but the problem is Dragon is going against the speed
The
demon
Speed King,
Seizo
yeah.
right here. I'm not sure that you really could afford to pick that Messiah as the very first pick. He's going for the Rose. He doesn't care. He's just doesn't care.
He's got his revelation
Oh my
damage.
God.
Oh, revelation again. We're just going for full revelation. Okay.
Is Dragon playing PvP or PvE here? He's just
Yeah,
gonna
I mean, he's doing-
nuke anything he hits.
He's doing some speed runs. Dude. And we got 3 codexes up top.
Oh my god, I see what the two players prioritize, but how is Dragon going to be getting these turns? Well,
Yeah, I just don't think...
Colossus.
Like, I don't know what his last pick is, but we know how fast Seizo is, and when you've got that draft so far, another revelation.
A fourth revelation? We know Tsukiyomi is also... but
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was the
think they really
Gigafast Tsukiyomi first match, so I think you ban the Tsukiyomi and try and lock out the entire time. But if these guys are on like do we have, I can't remember, did we have immunity on these guys? Okay, we've got 2 strippers in the team for Seizo, looking at that in case of immunity.
It basically comes down to, if Dragon gets a turn, he obliterates Seizo, but is he even going to be able to against Seizo's team? It's so fast, it has enough damage potentially to wipe, because Dragon's team is not tanky.
Yeah. We do have the attack breaks as well, which is something else to note, which impacts the revelation damage as well, so the Viper is going to be huge.
It just has a whole...
Oh, the
cult on
Freya's
its head. Wait, she's
fastest!
so... Wait a minute.
Do we do the skill 2 here, or do you just go to the skill 3 and hope someone laps?
We nuke.
Oh, no, okay, I didn't know if anyone would overtake the Lily. Oh, the Lily cut in!
She pushed up.
Yeah, that was my concern.
Hold
That's
on.
why the skill 2 gives you double push forward as opposed to relying on a push back, which the pushback didn't land on the Lily, and that's what cost you. If you used the skill 2, you would have got in front with the Kaz.
You might be right.
Going the
but
steal.
Vulcan, you have to live or die by the revelation nuke. He is not messing around. And
I mean, I think we just do it anyway because they're already at half power
He's
from the
wipe
first
him.
revelation proc.
He's just gonna wipe him. Oh my god!
Oh, no way!
Oh
That's
my God.
insane! I
Stop.
love
No.
it. Dude, that's the new meta. Just bring 4 units with revelation and hope one of
Just,
them
if
leaves.
I get a turn, you lose. Just
I mean-
spam revelation on every support too, because if you get a turn, they still
Oh,
pop.
dude, I love that. Can I just say that, like, that's creativity, and I just love it. That was huge. That was huge.
It's so
But
cool to see
also,
so much
I
forward
realized my
playstyle.
mistake in thinking, like, you have revelation on the Freya. You're using that skill 3 regardless.
Yeah, because it pushes up, pushes back. and
Yeah,
it's just so much
the only thing
damage.
I was looking at was not getting the pushback, which they missed on the Lily, which allowed the Lily to cut in, but it just wasn't enough anyway. So we're going for safe strat here. Oh, no, that's Seizo going. Seizo's up top with the counter pick on the Messiah. Okay.
Yeah, he's like, okay, we need to change this up.
Yeah.
Because I think since he wants to go so fast, he wants the Messiah, but the problem is now his...
Oh, he's
Oh, wait, hold on.
Wait, Seizo has the revelation Freya too.
Yeah, wait a minute. Aren't you shocked by how fast that Freya was in the last match, though? It was so fast with Revelation doing that kind of damage.
Yeah, I don't know how you get that fast with revelation, because I mean, I guess you force feed 12 pieces of Swift Rush on your actual pieces, and I can't remember, does revelation get Swift Raid or not? But yeah, whatever it is.
I don't think so. I don't think so, but I might be wrong. Wow. Okay, so we see the Ling Luo. Seizo actually playing. Oh,
Hey, the Vice Man coming out. I love it. I love it.
okay. I love this character, but is it really the best pick against Revelation that's all percent HP damage.
Yeah.
Is he able to actually bring it back?
Okay, so
Hoyon
yeah,
is the final
Revelation
one.
gets Swift Raid. So my assumption is that the modules are going to have 12 piece of Swift Rush on that Freya, and then you run a Swift Raid piece in it as well to match with the Swift Raid, and that's how you get so fast.
That's insane that they have that level of gear, though. That they're able to do 12 pieces of fast gear on Swift Rush and then also have Swift Raid. That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I'm a little bit disappointed in Dragon right here for only having 2 Revelations on the team.
Yeah, I mean,
Huge
it's
downgrade from
it's
the last
it's
game.
kind of sad, but I am kind of liking Dragon, provided he's faster with the Lily. I'm assuming his Lily's going to outspeed, but let's see.
I love gimmicks like this, though. Oh my god.
What? He's got a
Wait, he's
slow
able to-
Lily.
Wait a minute.
Dude,
That's
the
so much
Revelation! Oh my god, okay. Oh, get some heals there.
Okay, the attack down is also really big.
Really important for that
Since I believe
Revelation.
Revelation needs that. Yeah, Revelation needs
Yeah.
high attack.
So this immunity is huge. So we are going to get a hit out of the Messiah here.
Yeah, him getting that
The
turn is
pushback
such
from
a
that
big deal.
Vice is another thing. We had the attack down and the pushback. So even if Lily boosts one of these two, they're not getting a turn before the Messiah. And Messiah is actually going to get to nuke here. And he has the count. So that Messiah could just wipe the team.
Yeah, I think you might be right. The only one who survives is...
Do you skill 3 here? Yeah, I was going to say, do you skill 3 to try and reset the Messiah? And missed it on the
No, he has
Messiah.
immunity. He has immunity.
Oh, he does too.
He can't be reset. So there was just nothing you can do. And
that's game.
You're gone.
Yep. Dude.
Wow. Okay, 2 just pure cleave demons against each other. We see the Revelation finish.
Okay, so that's 1-1, isn't it?
Yep, it's 1-1. Which Revelation cleave is gonna beat the?
Oh,
I guess
dude. Okay. Let's see. Who gets? So we've got Dragon getting first pick on this one. So just keep in mind, if say Seizo wins, then the whole tournament goes to big. So this is a very big decider. This is match point.
Wow, yeah, I mean, and it all is based on Messiah or Cleave and Revelation.
Yeah, I think
whole
we
tournament
know
with
what
all
we're going to
these
see.
slow
I don't think we're going to see any changes to this. I think the big thing is taking the Freya. I feel like Freya is the big threat from Dragon with how
I
fast it
think
was.
Seizo should take Freya plus Lily right here, not Mio. Because we don't even know if Dragon has Mio built. They've never picked it. So if you take Lily plus Freya, I think you're taking so much away from him while also setting your team up. And we know that Seizo has right there.
Yeah, so there we
see
go,
the
yeah.
Revelation as well. So she's buffing the team and nuking it, combos with the Lily even.
Yeah.
It's perfect. And this might completely lock out Dragon from any team he wants to run.
Yeah. Whereas, just keep in mind, if you're watching this in PvE, Freya with Revelation's a bit clunky because she's got a 4-turn cooldown, so it doesn't sync with Revelation.
Oh, we're seeing the Revelation spam, though, the demon
Yeah.
right here. But Seizo, I feel like, is kind of getting his ideal team. He's
Yeah.
getting the 2 speed characters he wants. He's getting the Freya, who's going to be is a huge threat and a damage.
Yeah, the problem
And now
is,
we just need
if you
one
ban the Mio, the Lily's just going to boost that Freya. The Freya's going to boost everyone else. Then you've got the immunity. So, but was it Dragon with the super fast Kaz as well? I feel like Dragon
it
needs
was
some
really fast.
some sort of extra speed or something. Like, obviously we don't know what their roster has.
Hoyon is the final pick. Now, we really haven't seen Hoyon have a great performance at this point. She overall has been kind of just getting obliterated.
Yeah, but I feel like this is maybe the kind of game that she can shine in. So if you ban the Mio here, that gives her free reign to land a revenge and tap someone. And when you're running so much Revelation and you're stacking, I guess it's only the Freya on Revelation.
Do you just... Wow, what do you ban here? Do you take the Mio
I think
out?
it's Mio Tsukiyomi.
Freya?
Oh, okay, going.
Ooh,
Oh.
Lily Tsukiyomi.
I can't remember the immunities, who had immunities either. So maybe you got some immunity and that's why you're getting rid of the... Oh, dude. I think this is going to be a quick match no matter what. I'm getting to me son's game.
Triple Revelation. If that goes through, you lose. But there's no immunity. I think...
Yeah, that's
Ooh, wait, why for the skill 3? I kind of feel like you would rather just skill 2 immediately. You can't let them get turns.
I think it's okay. That's decent damage coming out of that one.
Do you think the Revelation Freya is going to just take them out.
Well, the
Actually,
Revelation
you're right.
Freya
Mio
will
is
get them all
lapping.
down to about, 20% HP.
No, I think you're totally right, though. The Mio is lapping. I wasn't
Yeah.
taking that into account. She's going to take an extra turn. Oh, let's see the damage.
Oh my god, that is no shot that did that much. Whoa.
my
Oh, the revive! The big revive! Oh.
Huge revenge kill. But Mio's able to go for another skill 3 here. It does take out the Messiah.
Okay, and now we get the strip, and that's see you later, Horian. Oh, it didn't strip. It didn't strip.
Did not get stripped. She was unbuffable, but she didn't get stripped. But the thing is, Kazuya is so far
Oh, we've
back on the
still
bar, she
got
actually
skill
gets
2 from Mio because she's on the Codex, so she double skilled 3'd. So it's gonna come down to the freeze here.
If this lands, it didn't land.
Oh, we could get another revive here.
Skill 3 again. She can do another revive.
Wait, it depends if we have the damage. You go on the Mio, would you?
No.
Yes! Oh, no way! And he's back! The big dog's back! No way!
There's no way you can finish all them off.
Well, yeah, he's... So the thing is, this is doing decent damage out of this, and I don't know if the Messiah can get the
It's
kill.
over.
Oh,
There's
it's Revelation.
no way
I forgot
that
it's
Heinrich
Revelation.
lives.
2 hits of Revelation.
Oh.
Oh, there it is! No way!
Reviving that. It's Messiah plus percentage damage.
That is
over.
huge. Okay. All the shit talk of Horian. Horian was
win.
MVP. MVP.
Oyan showed how powerful she truly can be when using 52,000 damage, 2 revives, Dragon,
Dude.
full Revelation set, completely taking out Seizo.
And
in a
'cause-
setup that looked like he had it.
Dude, and cause that Horian's like just one-shotting dudes, like they're just coming back at full HP, and it's just too much to get back through. Like that was the prime example of where Horian demolishes. And once again, the big thing that was the absolute game changer was that they failed to strip the death immunity with that skill 3 from the Heinrich, which allowed Horian to stay in.
Badly. It was so unfortunate for him that he didn't get it.
That was massive, though. Hey, that's the RNG of games. So that is game 2 going to Team Oasis with Dragon over Seizo. That was another massive match.
No, that.
Now, let's see. So, okay, we're going straight into it, not wasting any time. So we've got Moz
Divy versus Mo.
from Team Big.
All right. Well, it looks like we're going back to the song. Bring back Revelation. We want Revelation.
Yeah, wait, no, I don't want to play Bruiser anymore, guys. What are you doing here?
Well, the funny part is, if you're a Bruiser player, I just think Dragon destroys you. I think Dragon kind of just immediately would demolish any of the full Bruiser players, because how do you tank up? How do you survive that kind of just pure damage?
Yeah, there's a ton of it too, isn't there?
Hold on, Rahu. He's using a very different shell here.
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked.
Can I just say as well, the fact that JJ in the early rounds, Sarah's just saying it in Twitch chat, a very big point. JJ actually beat out Dragon in the first round.
Yeah.
Like
With
that was a
bulky
huge effort.
Tank up setup. Yeah. Yeah, with a tanky setup, that's kind of surprising. We do see one revelation here, you know, on the new character here, the new LD.
Yeah, she has massive potential because the revelation still applies to the follow-up attacks that she does in return, so she can get incredibly high single target damage. Can I say?
This is the first move.
I was having a chat with someone about this the other day. I feel like Mia is a little bit slept on. She's got the AoE strip with pushback on a 2-hitter, so she can strip and pushback. So she's the only character in the game that gives you a strip plus turn advantage.
That is true. That's actually a huge deal because Heinrich he's so important because the strip and the unbuffable, but there isn't really any character that does a strip and something else extra like either stunning or pushing back other than Mia. That is actually kind of big for the turn advantage, but it's not a very fast team that Divy.
Yeah, it's not on the faster side, but let's see. I think I lost you there, Genizad. Are you still there, man?
Huh? What?
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Sorry, you've been cutting out all day on like my stupid Australian internet, but
Oh, you too for me, man. Same here, man. I don't know what's going on.
All right. Opting not for the immunity. I guess we don't need it now that Doki's got the ability to cleanse on turn.
Yep, we see the health increase, and Lilith is a health scaler, so it's increasing her damage as well.
I don't know the interaction of Mia with bombs, which is something I'm not too sure on. Because she reduces the duration of debuffs, and I'm not sure how that works with the bomb interaction.
They could just detonate the bombs instantly. That's a good point. We don't actually know what that does. Well, at least the two of us don't.
Yeah.
But we do see that slow plus attack down. Obviously, Doki is really good at dealing with that. But stunning the Mia was a huge deal.
Yep.
A decent amount of damage going down that low.
Do you go for the taunt? My default play is the shield here when your heal is locked out, but they go for the taunt. Enough accuracy to land them, though? And they just get cleansed. Yeah, we didn't get any taunts either.
Yeah. That's really unfortunate for him. Maybe should have gone for the shield, like you said, since it didn't really impact much. And look, full health, like nothing even happened.
Yeah, because with the Mia locked out, you lose access to healing. And with the T-Mat, the healing is actually quite important.
Yeah, you really need that. If they can, they might be able to just permanently lock down Mia the entire match too. Cooldown reduction on that low. She has
the bombs
skill 3
are back, yeah.
Mia, you're stunned again. You do not get to play.
The thing is,
the
it does
bomb.
extend the bombs on the Tiamat, give her a chance to put the shield up, but the shield's going to be minuscule now if she does decide to do it because it's based on her current health. It would apply a heal over time to help the others live a bit longer, but...
I mean, this is what we kind of saw before, the Lilith just completely soloing your team. You don't get to play the game.
Yeah, that Lilith plus Doki especially combo is just really nice. And, you know, Lilith, you just get a random extra turn one time and it's just like, we're lapping again. I think you just like push back the Lilith here, yeah.
Yep, you were right on the money. Just push back Lilith. You cannot let this character take a turn. She's on Gigabyte though. So she's just automatically lapping. Look at that heal. It's like nothing happened. How do you kill this Lilith? She got a max health increase. Oh my god. A second max health increase on this health scaling Lilith.
Increasing that damage of those bombs as well.
Wow. Increases max health by 20% up to 2 stacks. That is a 40% health increase.
It's a big boost. It's a big boost on any HP scaler. It's not too bad at all. But also, like, just making them so much harder to kill when they're already stacking that much HP and the percentage boost just gets bigger and bigger.
And Doki able to not only reduce those cooldowns. Oh, an extra turn by Lilith.
Yep. That's brutal. Where's her cooldowns at now? Let's check the Lilith.
Oh.
2 turns.
About to use another bomb. Oh, 2 turns? Okay,
yeah.
Well, she could get an extra turn from her next skill.
Actually, where's Doki's at? Yeah, Doki's got 3 turns on her skill 3, 2 on her skill 2.
Now, Mia's finally going to get a turn. The first turn of this match, she gets to play the game.
Just heal up, yep.
Yep, you need that.
Okay, and it did explode the bomb on the Tiamat. So,
wait, you're right.
It is kind of a negative on bombs, the Mia.
Yeah, it doesn't actually cleanse them at all. It just reduces its duration by 1, which blows it up on. Yeah, that's a huge deal. As you can see, Mo is just spamming left click on this Mia.
Yep.
Just throw everything at them. Don't care about anything else. The moment I take...
Jeez, all those gigabytes in the long fight starting to put in work.
Yeah, Gigabyte actually goes crazy here. Just another skill. Just kill the Mia. Just keep throwing the Mia. Oh, but you have a skill 3. They're scaling so... Still kill the Mia. Don't even kill the health bar of your team.
Dude, 1 turn left. If he had that skill 2 ready, it would have been huge because we're about to see some... oh, no, wait. Do not get the extra turn. That would be huge. Okay. Oh,
that
okay.
Would have been nasty if we got an extra turn, but there's always that...
There's that pushback coming in, and that could be handy. Where's Holden in the gauge? Wait, we're on Gigabyte with the Lilith. I was going to say, if that Holden could have reset the Lilith again, it'd be huge, but unfortunately, the Gigabyte's going to come in, and that Lilith is going to get her bombs.
Well, it's just, how do you break this wall? How do you get through this? They're so bulky. They have 2 healers, one of which can revive. Gives a permanent speed boost to the team and cleanses everything. They do get a nice counterattack there, but doesn't really do anything.
The gigabytes are going to come in here, and that's going to be the issue.
Yep. This is one of the rare matches where Viper feels like we normally see him put in a lot of work.
Yeah, he's not needed in this matchup. So here comes the bombs. Tiamat transforming.
Yep,
okay, and going for the stun on the Tiamat. Okay.
Okay,
do you push back the Sanya, or do you save that skill 2 to get the Lilith on the next rotation? Because you're not going to die in this meantime. So I think holding the skill 2 for the next rotation and using it on the Lilith to lock her out is the way you can possibly have a chance.
Right. Also, that did a lot of damage.
Yeah.
As the match goes on longer and longer, Holden is scaling pretty much better and better, and Lilith is actually going to scale worse potentially.
So let's see. Okay, the gigabytes, man, just like so much turn advancing.
Yeah, every single rotation of turns just an extra 30%. That means
plus that extra speed from the Doki.
The Doki. Yeah. Every 4 turns that your opponent, or like rotations of characters, you're getting extra opponent.
Oh, the cooldown reductions. Shit. The bombs come out again. No.
4 bombs coming out.
No. See, man. Oh, no. Just trying to lock out that Tiamat.
The moment Tiamat's about to go down, the moment she goes down, losing that tankiness and a huge threat.
Oh, and the boost. The boost is going to get it. They're going to lap. Yep.
Yep. So many turns.
Oh,
just
dude.
outmaneuvering them.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be it for this one. I don't see how Divy comes back. There's just not enough damage. And like I said, the way the Mia works, exploding the bombs faster is kind of a disadvantage.
Yeah. She's actually just kind of useless for debuffing the team here, unless you're already stunned. Well.
There it goes, but now your bombs are just like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, what do you do?
Yeah, this is just one of those, like, dude, the Lilith has been, like, we've seen some great showings from a lot of different characters in this one.
Yeah, but this is one where, I mean, Lilith is just soloing everything. We saw resist from Viper, but, like, who cares? He does no damage.
I mean, we've seen that Holden can do damage, but I just don't know if he's going to have the time to put in. I feel like it's just not going to be enough.
Bombed. He's bombed forever. He is never getting another turn. He is gone forever at this point. Yeah, as the match goes on longer and longer, let's see. So all Animuses now take how much more damage?
I don't know where the tooltip is for it.
I think it's under buff. It says every 20 total actions, both sides deal 20% more damage, healing and shield are decreased by 20%, and it's about to be 80% more damage and 80% less healing.
Yeah, well, I mean, do we just see a Holden one shot of the board? I guess that's the holdout hope, but I mean, does Mia have skill 3 ready? No. Do you think Holden would have been able to one-shot the whole board? Maybe. I mean, that's the only reason you're still staying around at this stage is that hope. But dude, the Lilith's just too much. Yeah, because even the damage out of those healers now become too much, and that's going to be it. So Moz getting the first win there for Team Big, but yeah, the Lilith, man, we've seen basically every game the Lilith has been played. She's been pivotal, even though you think like, oh, you're relying on, you know, landing debuffs to deal your damage, and you know what I mean, and there's so much immunities out there, but the character's just solid. Once you get looping, it's hard to come back from.
Yep, and now we see Divy with the first pick and going for that Lingluo. Yep, Lingluo and Gigabyte. Oh, and now we're going to see the Sonny on the other side. You don't want both healers on one side. It's match.
Yeah. Was it Divy that had the Mia as well? So do have another healing option built over there as well, which could come into play to get the double healer, steal that strategy away.
Well, you just want to make sure that you're not against a Lilith, it seems, and we see that Going for another slow match. Definitely say I miss Revelation.
Yeah, the revelation was a little bit exciting. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it actually made the match like I have no idea what's gonna happen.
So I believe it was Divy that had the Viper last game, wasn't it? I'm getting so many counter picks that I'm forgetting.
Yeah, I mean, both of them are picking kind of similar teams. Like they're kind of just trading the same unit.
I mean, Divy's draft is looking pretty solid at this point. I'm liking Divy's draft, and now that he's got the Linglaw, you know, he's got the Mia in the back pocket that he can select as well, along with these 2 Bruiser units. If he gets like a Rahu and a Mia in the last picks, he's looking pretty good.
We saw what the Linglaw plus Tiamat does too. It can completely pop off and just wreck the opponent's team. I think you're right about the Rahu. I think Divy picking a Rahu here could be really huge. They have Holden, Linglaw, and Tiamat.
Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. So the Rahu's still available. I think it's Rahu Mia is a great draft there for Divy. If he's got it, he might not have the Rahu built.
No.
Oh, getting some revelation in there.
Yeah, but a revelation damage. Okay, but what's the last pick here? Because this Lilith could be a problem. I mean, we saw what happened. What if they're able to ban your Linglaw?
Yeah, I feel like you want that extra sustain. Like, you do have Tiamat for some sustain. I get, you know what? You could just, I mean, you just ban the Lilith at this point anyway.
Cheating.
Okay, getting some damage.
Just going for damage. He's saying, let's speed it up.
You're 100% banning that Lilith no matter what the last pick is, yeah?
Well, let's
or
see
is
what
it
the
that you
last
have the Linglaw now, so you're feeling safe that you'll get immunities? Like, oh, the second healer with the Chiaki.
But if he goes Chiaki, would it really just be... Yeah, I feel like Solo Viper is a bit awkward. Yeah, it goes for the Rahu. We saw how much effort...
Yeah, I'm thinking the Lilith ban's it.
Yeah, I don't think you want to deal with Lilith again, but then you have to fight Rahu. I wonder how much work this Deeding is really going to put in. We haven't really seen him do all that well so far.
Who are you banning from Divy's team? Yeah, the healer? That's kind of what I was thinking. Okay, the Viper getting going there.
The only thing is, it's like, it means you're confident you're going to survive all this damage coming your way.
Yep.
As long as he can weather the storm here, then he probably has it in the bag. But Revelation plus Deeding, that's a lot of damage coming your way.
Oh, and she gets fast. Okay. I want to see like 8 follow-ups for show. Let's see how this goes.
Big damage.
Okay. Oh, only the one. No. No, the Yelly just getting a bad performance in this tournament. No.
Really unlucky.
Oh, it would have been massive if she procced those.
Ooh, that's not good.
She only needed, I reckon, if she got 3 follow-ups, it was it.
Only 3 follow-ups.
Hey, it's doable. It's, you know, your 60% chance to get 2 follow-ups. Missed that. Oh, dude. Now the Lilith bombs.
Rahu plus Lilith. Is this even survivable?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've still got them pretty low. Dude. Do we reset? Do we just go the skill 3 or just we go all in on the Lilith? Okay, going on the Lilith. Basic attack. Oh, it's so close.
It's like 1 health and then Sonya's taking a turn.
No. So the Tiamat basic attack is the most damage she has in her kit. So that was a really good play there to do the basic attack. Unfortunately, just not enough.
Well,
is the skill 3 actually going to get any ticks onto the Lilith here? That's the question.
Probably not.
Oh, the Rahu boost forward. Okay, and the Sanya gets above, and there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 1 down, and Deeding's about to go next. He's just not able to do anything.
And then we're going to get stunned on the Tiamat.
And he's just gone. Rahu getting those extra attacks and just taking them out. Wow. Yeah, I think seeing something like Rahu plus Lilith on this team is just so insane. It's so hard to be able to fight that in an extended match. They're just 2 of the best scaling characters we've...
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see if instead of going the double DPS, we went for more of the sustained battle, who would have won the attrition.
Well, I think in a battle of attrition, Mo's team was just too strong. With the Sonya plus the Doki, you just get so much long-term value with the best skillers that we've seen for bruiser teams.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because we had the ban of the Ling Luo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, this seems like a pretty clean match by Mo. The Lilith did almost go down at one point, but wow, so much damage being dealt there, and Mo wins.
That is going to be game 3 going to Moz, and that is going to be the entire tournament going to Team Big with on their team Shiny, Seizo, and Moz. Congrats to those guys. Massive congrats to the runner-ups Oasis with Yama, Dragon, and Divy as well, and to all the other teams that competed. That was pretty fantastic. Now, is there anything else that we are getting spammed about that I need to mention? But that was honestly, those games, dude, they were good games. Every one of them. I don't think there was one bad matchup.
Well, there was so much back and forth. I think that's what made a lot of them good too, is because we didn't know who would win all the time. And even just looking at the team comps, you weren't based on how they were built or the speeds or just, I mean, little changes in the match, like not landing a debuff on Hoyan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. I like, and dude, some of the little ones, like the Vice Tech coming in was huge. We were talking about that Hoyan, about how she's like just not performing, and then she just comes in and absolutely clutches an entire game. That was
right
massive.
After I say she's not doing that great, I don't know about. She immediately has the most insane performance we've ever seen of the character.
Yeah.
Right then and there. Also, little reminder: there is that code. Weekly PvP W2 in all caps.
And we're gonna push for a bigger code next time if we do it again.
We're trying to get more free stuff from the company, all right?
Yeah, we'll push for it. But that was a great turnout. So I don't know who's hosting the next one. I think they were looking at rotating people who host these tournaments. So I'm sure they're going to continue with them, but I'm not sure where the next one will be. But keep an eye out, and I'm sure they'll post it on their socials and stuff like that.
I think that was honestly a great one, though. I think there was just a really good competition. Honestly, any of the teams could have won with some small. It was really all over the place.
Yeah, it was great. And thanks to you, Tobias, for doing all the organization, man. Appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you.
Oh, thank you both. That was some really awesome games that we saw today. Like what Jenna said, some of the games I thought there's no way we'd go to game 3 for some of the matches, but pretty much every single team was down to the wire and best of the 3s going to the last. So it was, hey, you know what? That last, I think it was the second last match where Hoyan actually came through and turned the entire game around. That was insane.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Revelation matchup was my favorite.
Yes, I agree.
It
was just so insane. Just, oh, you gave me a turn, your whole team is gone immediately.
Yeah, that was bloody epic. All right, well, I don't know. Are you gonna keep streaming, Genazad?
No, probably not.
You're gonna end it? Yeah, because I got to end as well. I got to get to my son's footy, but that was fun. Thank you to you as well, Genazad. That was fun, dude.
Yeah, no, thanks. It was great to cast this tournament with you, Vulcan. I had a great time, and hope to see you next time. And thanks a bunch, Timaeus, for this for inviting me to this tournament. Honestly, I had a great time, and hopefully all the future tournaments will be.
Yeah, we'll definitely host more, and we're looking for also more guilds and more content creator as well. So just drop me a DM, or you can add me if you can't find me in the official Discord. And yeah, hope to see you guys again. And
also massive shout out to Etheria Restart for sponsoring the stream and the actual giveaway for the tournament. So I think that wraps up everything we need to do. I'm going to dip, guys. I'm going to go to my son's footy. Hope everyone has a great day and enjoy yourselves. Thank you.
All right. See you later, Vulcan, and see you later.
Have a good day.
See ya.
Have a good one, guys.
Let me figure out how I hang up from the call I'm in with those boys. Jeez, I suck at Discord. There we go, disconnected. All right, stream, chat, guys. Thank you everyone for coming. Apologies that I didn't get to chat with you guys too much in this one. Obviously, when you're doing the tournament, it's kind of hard to chat with you guys and then we interrupt each other's. But I'll be streaming more. Today is Sunday for me. Tomorrow is Monday. So tomorrow I should be streaming and we'll just be doing some playing the game and doing some shit like that. But I think that was a fucking fantastic show out of what the RTA PvP can be in this game. I just thought that was like just about every game going to game 3 was so good when some of those teams just looked absolutely broken at the start. Heads up, you couldn't hear me through Genocid's stream? Maybe he had my volume down in the Discord call. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'll let him know for next time. But yeah, guys, thanks heaps for everyone for coming. I love doing this stuff. It's a bit of fun. But I got to get going so I can get some breakfast and get to me son's footy. I will catch you guys later. Appreciate you all. Have a good one.